Hello, everybody. It's me, Kismet, and you're going, Kismet, what the heck, bro? What's going on? Well, we're switching it around a bit today. We are going to talk a bit about New World, and we're going to help our peeps getting over. Now, my officer's been doing an actually amazing job getting members back over into New World. That's because we've moved off the Tritona server, so the next time you see this, it's actually going to say something different. I'm processing it right over there. I was up late working on tons and tons of stuff. So we've actually moved off the Tritona server and we've moved to the Bouneima server, which is pretty awesome because we are with all our friends and allies, and all of our members can now come and join us in New World, which is awesome. Very cool. So very excited. Hey, look at all the peeps in the chat. Thanks for being here. Now, don't forget to go retweet everybody. Show the stream some love right there. Follow that link. There we go. Man, I was exhausted. I was up way too late working on tons of stuff. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to play a little Age of Empires while I'm waiting for a video to finish. And then, holy mackerel, that game is really good. And it's addicting, man. It's all of a sudden you look up and go, oh my God, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's one of those type of games. So watch out when you're playing that game, but very fun. Highly recommend that one as well. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into some trouble up in here. We're going to see how the guild is doing. And I have waited just for the stream today to get max level. I literally could do anything. I go collect some stuff for a little while. I could go do a town board mission. I could do anything. And then I'll click over to that level 60. But I wanted to do it here on stream. So I decided to wait till today so you guys could see it happen live here on stream. So it's a little thing saving for you guys. But let's say hello to everybody. Now we are going to forego stream raiders today and stream avatars. I know it's a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay. We'll be doing plenty of battles tomorrow. We'll be doing battle mode and all of that stuff. You know what up. You know what up. Or actually, we'll just be doing battles, not battle mode, because I don't think there's an event tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be getting that going on. Now, today is all about getting everybody in, getting everything organized. I'm going to hit max level and then work a bit on my max level gear. And we're going to take a look at that. We're also going to take a look at the new server that we're on and why we moved and all that other fun stuff as well. But let's say hello to everybody in the chat first. Hello to the wonderful M's and Scriptlin hanging out in the chat, giving that lurker love. Appreciate that. We also got Eat Banana Bread saying, hey, kids, what up? What up, EBB? Two of those are awesome members in the game. We just need to get Scriptlin in here now. That's what we need to do. We need to get Scriptlin in New World and come join us. Now, by the way, we have like 2 or 3 slots left. I think two slots left in the guild to come and join us over in New World. And I'm just standing here in Windswood. Now, the whole process for me was flawless. I just clicked the transfer. I clicked the thing. First, I told everybody to get out. And those who didn't get out, I kicked out of the guild. I hate doing that, even if I do it temporarily. I don't like kicking people out of the guild. I would have much preferred to move the whole guild at one time. But what I did is I went ahead and removed everybody from the guild. I went then and dropped the guild, and then it said it was now no longer a valid guild. It vanished. Then I went ahead and transferred my character, and I'll show you some of the steps that I did. And then I went over to the new server, and it was like that. It was like all of a sudden, bam, I'm in the new server. Awesome. I logged in, made sure I had my gold, made sure I had the gold from the guild bank that I took out. Then I put the money back in the guild bank after I went over here, created the guild, started adding everybody in, started setting up officers again, started doing all of that. That stuff is a lot of work, and then micromanaging and getting everybody going. So we did that yesterday on Monday. I decided to do that off stream. That's a lot of focus that you got to have to make all that stuff happen. So now members have exactly 1 month from November 1st, which is our start of our move, to November 31st. I think, is there 31 days in November? I don't know. Or 30th, whatever. You know what I mean, the end of the month. Let's see. I think there is 30 days in November. Let me see, my calendar's loading. Yes, 30 days. Okay, so they got 30 days to make it happen. November 30th, they've got to get in the guild. Now, if they don't get in the guild by November 30th, it's not like I'm going to kick them out forever. I'm going to take them, I'm going to put them on a waiting list. And then all the people that go on a waiting list will now lose their spot in there because we are at nearly 100. So those will go on a waiting list, and then we will invite others, and we'll add more people to the list beyond. But you still keep your number in the line, though, in your member number. But if you are not actively playing the game, then I am going to, because other people are going to want to get in, and it's gonna fill up. So we'll definitely keep adding more and more peeps in as we do it, and then we want to go ahead and start recruiting and all of that other fun stuff to get peeps in to come and join us for the high-end stuff. We're starting to work on that thing. We ran around, did Reekwater last week. That was a lot of fun, or over the weekend. We ran around and, man, we were just rolling in the high-end loot, man. Tons of blue drops and whatnot, some purples. I didn't see any legendaries, though I did get a legendary when I was doing a rep run last week, which was weird. I didn't even know that mob dropped a legendary, but he did. I ran around, bam, got a legendary from the one of the level 25 mobs. So that was kind of cool, big time. Now, I also gave away thousands and thousands of weight worth of stuff to my members as part of our crafting exchange on Saturday. That's something fun we do as well to help each other out, get their crafting up so they can make that higher in items. We also be looking for those recipes. We're going to be doing lots of fun stuff this week for sure. You can check out my calendar or my schedule. You can check it out on my Discord, my Twitter, my website. You can look at it everywhere, everyone. It's on all my social medias right there. There it is right there. What up, Shred, Flex, and Paul? Thanks for being here. I'm a little out of it because I played too much Age of Empires. And I was up working on tons of stuff, like changing the server, these flags over and all of that stuff. That stuff's still processing. But I'll have all that fixed, hopefully, by tonight. We'll see how it goes. It's exhausting being me, everybody. I do a lot of heavy work. A lot of heavy work behind the scenes. Again, 80% working on the guild and 20% actually playing the game. And that's why everyone's going to be much higher level than me. They're going to be doing everything more than me. But then again, that's my game that I'm playing. My game is putting great people together. You watch the magic that does happen. You should have seen yesterday, man. It was like, woo, man, there was so many people on. It was awesome. Awesome. Now, of course, the rule is if you're in the game, you must be on the Discord. That is just the way it is. So it promotes everybody working together. That's what it's all about. Now, again, today's just all about, does anybody need to be added to the guild? We're going to take a look at the Bouneima server here and see the differences between the previous server and the server that we're on now. So I say we just dive right into it and take a little look. Let's go. All right, everybody, we are in the new server here, and again, the name of it is Bouneima, and I will again update that down there and all those other graphics which have been processing. Now, one of the things that I noticed when I first came in is the actual town boards were more active. Now, right now, of course, it's not, just to throw me off, but I did grab a bunch of these town quests before they did go away, right over here. Town board over here. Town projects. So I have 21 town projects right now. I was all excited. And you can see some of these are in Brightwood, some of these are in Windswood, and some of these are in Windswood, and they're not even showing up here on the town board itself. What they did also is they've canceled all, or they've blocked all transfers. That means all transfers between characters, all transfers in the auction hall, and all of that. You can't put money in the, I'm glad I put it in there before they blocked it. You can't put money in the treasury. You can't just directly send people money like down here. You can't just say give coin and do all that. They disabled that because they found a gold glitching, gold duping bug. Now, I suggest not to do it because they are banning people for doing that bug. So I would not attempt that at all, or your time in Eternum will be very, very short. So do not attempt to do that, everybody. I think cheating the game is always cheating yourself. So don't be doing that. I don't want you to get permanently banned from the game from them. Now you can see right over there, I am 59 and just a little bit less than half a bar there. As you can see, I literally had to stop. I was out collecting a bunch of fibers and all that stuff you just saw in my inventory. I was out collecting a bunch, and I literally got a quarter of a level just collecting stuff over and over and over. It was pretty fun. Pretty fun stuff. So man, anything you do, I mean, you craft, you do whatever it is, bam, you're gonna level up, just like that. Why are we putting 1, 2, 3, 4? I don't know why sometimes. I'll just say hi, y'all. I'll not question why they're typing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the chat. Maybe they're having like a typing problem. I don't know. Chat spam. Chat spam. Notorious coming in. It's Kismet time. How's everybody doing? Doing good. Doing good. Get it going on. Kids, could you send Roars a friend request, please? He could not add you as it says you're already on his friends list. Well, he might already be on my friends list. Let's see. Let's go check. Yeah. No. Yeah. He is not already up. EBB, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anybody. Now, the first thing I'm looking for is, one, to see if anybody needs an invite to the company, because that's my job. But then also I have officers that can help with that, so that's why that is awesome as well. And I've been listening in on the Discord throughout the day while I'm working on a bunch of other stuff behind the scenes. I have a bunch of stuff coming up this month and into next month as well, so prepping all of that stuff. See, a lot of stuff that I do behind the scenes is for like a month from now, or 2 months, or 5 months, or 6 months from now. Prepping all that stuff ahead of time so that when that stuff comes around, I got it all ready. That kind of thing. Plus doing videos and all that other stuff behind the scenes. Taking care of the IRLs. Yeah, I don't see anybody who needs an invite, so we're looking good. Now, again, we had to drop our other group, and I had to recreate the guild altogether. Right now, we're 27 members in. Let's go ahead and take a look by name here and see if anybody I need to get back to officer. Jang is back to officer as well. Ladies back. There we go. I think Warforged is on it because Warforged is the only other person other than me that can add people to officer. So they've got that going on. I like it when they've got all the stuff rocking. And we can look by rank as well. We got Warforged, my number 1. And then we've got, actually I think it goes in order of Lady, Anon, and then Jang. And we need to get everybody else in here as well. So there we go. We need to get everybody else in there, but it's good to see Jang got over there. Now, Jang was having a problem along with some other people. They were having the auction hall problem. The auction hall said, hey, you still have active auctions going on, even though you go in, you look, and it says you have 0 active auctions. Now, I'd like to know how he fixed it. That would be very, very helpful. Let's go in and see if he typed out how he fixed it. I'm going to type it in there so we have it documented so other people who are having that same issue can get it resolved. There we go. There we go. Yeah, everybody should be sending invites to all officers as well, so they can get you invited in. And I saw that friend request. I hit yes. Why did it not go through? Did it go through? I hit F1. Yeah, you might want to send that again, EBB, when you're ready. Once you've moved over. Now, oh, there he is. No, he's right there. He's already added in. All right, cool. Already added in. Good to know. And I'll say, welcome all. And then I'll make it funny by typing again. Welcome all to Team or Tycoons again. There we go. So yes, we've added everybody in. So we're getting everybody into the guild, back in there again. Now we're at 28. Yes, we're at 28 now. Now we were over at 40 in the other one, but the problem was that they had locked us down on the server where no one could create a new character. So they said, okay, just go ahead and go to another one, and then we'll give you a transfer later to transfer on the server, except for our server was locked down. And apparently, there was a bunch of cheaters on our server who were exploiting glitches and things like that to win wars because, you know, they got, I don't know, bad self-esteem issues, and they got to win no matter what. And when winning becomes everything to you, everybody, even if it overrides your morals, if you have to cheat to win, you've now gone beyond that point. The whole point of it is the challenge. You want to have the challenge, win or lose. That's the most important part. If you take away the challenge, if you cheat, if you have to win by cheating, you've already failed. You've already lost in that way. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will learn it as a lesson in your life, usually the hard way. Usually you end up in jail because you make the bad choices, because you start giving up your ethics in exchange for stuff. Stuff is never worth stealing or cheating or glitching or whatever it is. It is never worth doing that. In the long run, because it just stains your soul inside. It's just a black mark on your soul. I know, get real deep, everybody. I know I'm getting deep this morning, but don't do it. Don't do it, everybody. I don't do any of that stuff. I just enjoy taking the journey, because that's what life is about, and that's what games are all about. Taking the journey, not being in such a big rush, and all of that. So yeah, so now we got in there, and see, this is what you always want to see, everybody. Now it's the middle of the day. And right now I've got 28 members, and 10 of them are online. Now, I'm going to see if they're actually in here. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 over there. I'm number 8. So yeah, I'm number 8. So there's 2 peeps who are in there who are not in the Discord. So of course, you know, being the leader, I've got to do the reminder. All members must be Discord win in game. Much love. There we go. So I got to remind everybody, and the reason why that is it promotes people to work together, right? Even if you're in there and you're not speaking. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Paul, coming in with 11 months. Whoa, almost getting his wings there. Thank you so much for that love. Appreciate that. Now I'm going to go ahead and just take this server info bar away so I don't confuse people down there. I'm going to take that away down there. And I will replace that with the updated one. Once we get that finished processing over here on the right, I will update all of that. And so everybody will know what server we're on, but you can check it in the title. Again, we are on Bouneima. Now we have the fun part of we get to have all of our members together now. And this server's a low to medium level server. We have gone in and, of course, moved with our extended peeps, our extended allies. And look at that map, everybody. Now, that's a nice purple map right there. Our allies have been kicking butt on this server, as you can see. But you always want to have some challenge, right? You always want to have a battle versus other peeps and whatnot, just to have some fun. Of course, this is our larger alliance with Smashley and Brick Black and a bunch of other large and small streamers on this particular server. Now, our job is to help out either in PvE or PvP. Why do I keep middle mouse button holding? There we go. I was just playing Age of Empires where you hold down the middle mouse button and it rolls and it scrolls. So I got to get my brain out of that. But as you can see, we have got our beloved Windsward back again. That's our favorite spot, at least my favorite spot. And then we've also got Cutlass Keys back. Now, I'd love to get Morningdale up here for the crew. That would be awesome. And we have been kind of helping out. We've been doing PvP sessions where we go in and we've been trying to tip the balance over here. Not Weaver's Fen. Let's see if it can show me. There we go. Tipping that territory influence by running those rep quests. And as we run those PvP quests, boom, that goes further and further up. And thus, you can put the territory in conflict And then we can go ahead and have people declare war on it. Now, we can join the war, but I do not declare war on a city. Now, the reason why I don't do that, one, not enough members right now who are max level and who are ready to do PvP. Again, I did not want to put the burden on my team because that's over 100,000 gold just to start at the beginning of the game to purchase a territory. But then beyond that, it also costs a tremendous amount of gold to upkeep the actual area as well and to keep those town boards going and all of that stuff. So definitely don't want to massively burden, 10 members to produce 100,000 gold, which is a lot of gold, everybody. That's a lot of time and effort by members. So I opted out of that option. I decided, hey, take your time, have a good time, and we are now, man, when did this launch? I can't remember now. I can't remember. It was a while ago. Weeks ago, about 4 or 5 weeks. So we're on week 5, I think. I think we're on week 5 of the game launching. And so, yeah, we've got 4 or 5 weeks out of it. We got 300 plus hours before I hit max level. And that's what I like to do. I like to take my time. I like to read the dialogue. I like to listen to the dialogue if it isn't just like the first 3 words. In some places, it's like the first 3 words. In some places, it's like all the words that they'll speak. I don't know. Maybe they ran out of time and they just started doing a truncated version of it, or they rewrote the words later and they done the voiceover smaller. I don't know. All I know is that I love listening to the storyline. Now, I have trouble remembering, so I'm not going to remember all the storyline, but I'm getting a little gist of it, right? A little gist along the way of the characters and whatnot. Now, how many characters do you remember from New World? Probably not many, because you're probably clicking through the stuff. So you don't know that there's a painter in Brightwood up here. You know, there's a painter up there? Yeah. You go around and you survey for the painter up there. I'm not going to tell you what the storyline is because I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in all these different areas. And again, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to tell you that there are a lot of hidden fun to be had around there. No matter what level you are, I find that there is something to do in that area, whether it's a rep quest, town boards, or you get some quests that you wouldn't think you would get in that area, right? A great example down here in Cutlass Keys. You get some that are, around level 25, and then it keeps going up and up and up. Same thing over here at First Light. Oh, God, man, I got to stop holding down the middle mouse button. Stop it. It's like burning my brain now. I've been playing that all night long. Is that you go over here and there's some high-level areas. So, right, you'd think it'd be level 1 area, but it does go up to level 25 in certain areas. And the same thing here with Windswood. It's going to take me a while to stop doing that. Up here in Windswood, in this upper right-hand corner, is 20 to 25 level mobs, which you can go ahead and do. So you can literally just play this whole area, just as one area, over and over again, be crazy like me, and then get your territory standing to get 61, everybody. Now, my territory standings did carry over. All my gold carried over. My house carried over here. Let's go take a look at that. And that's right up here. And all my items carried over as well. Now, again, they are having a problem with the auction, so we can't put any things in the auction right now. And I know members got a ton of stuff to put in the auction. So we'll get that going. So you can see I've got a nice little full-size decorated house. Now, my taxes are probably going to be higher here. They're about 900, and they were 700 in the previous place. I should have paid them over there before I transferred. That would have been smarter. But that's okay. It's due in 3 days. I'll be able to get cash. Now, right now, I'm about 7,000. I like to stay around 7,000, 8,000 just because of house taxes, things like that. That money does go pretty quick. And I haven't actually been working the auction hall in about a week or so. So that has worked pretty well. Just running around doing quests and doing all of that. And that acts as a great way of getting gold, or you're doing elites, or you're running expeditions, or you're running this, that, and the other thing, or collecting loot, or doing town boards, or. Because there's so much to do, right? There's so much to do in game. Now, let's go ahead and cancel these ones I know I'm not going to do. Feathers I can do. This one here I know I'm not going to do. Oh, that one I can do also. So let's rework that. Now is the moment, everybody. The moment in which I'm about to hit 60 here. So let's get it going. Dark Shadow. Those super looting is for the stream avatars, which I don't currently have on right now. But you can come back tomorrow and do some super looting if you want. For everybody in the chat. Yeah, just did the transfer. What is the next step to be added into the guild? We got you, bro. We got you. Yeah, Warforge added you in. He's got that all going on. Now, here's what I'm going to do, everybody. I'm going to do some crafting here. All right, exit the station. And then I feel like all I need to do is turn a few of these town boards in, and I think we're good. It was funny. I was talking to Captain here, and he was saying the appropriate thing. If you do one thing, then that thing should be your level 60 level up. In my case, the thing I've done the most is the town board. So there we go. We've opened up a new Azov staff. We've opened up Reekwater Shattered Mountain. And we've got ourselves some new titles in here. And some attributes. Now, I'm not quite level 60, but don't worry. I've got some gear to get going on. Again, I'm not in a hurry. I could have done it just like everybody else. No life did and did it in the first week or whatever. I am a retired no-lifer. No-lifer gamer. Because I just physically can't do 20 hours a day anymore. It is really bad for my health. And my health is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. If I had better health, I would be off still working at Apple, everybody. That would be great. All right, so we'll commit those points for 293. We're 7 away from that 300. Pretty exciting. So, yes, we got our outpost ability to do the outpost rush now, and we also got our main story, Azov Step, which is our tier 5, and then territory, Reekwater, Shattered Mountain. So, awesome. Now, I'm not really sure what this means, why that territory comes up and shows that. Maybe it's just telling you can go in that area. I'll ask my members, or maybe you guys tell me in the chat. Why does it actually say that in there? So I went and there we go. I went in and already did a bunch of collecting earlier, and I just wanted to let you guys see me hit level 60 here on stream. Now I have a whole bunch of other stuff to turn in. Now, one of the problems, though, I just realized is how do I turn that other stuff in if it's not showing on the board? Let's see. This is Windsward. Acquire 5 common mana potions. Well, let's go over here and check my potions, everybody. Let's see. We've got some common mana potions there. There we go. And that's on Morningdale. Okay. Now, what's going to do is have a special little symbol. You'll see it right here up on the thing. You'll see that little symbol, and that's telling you that that goes to a quest. And so whenever you see that, you need to take those out of there and then turn those in the various areas. And you can see I've been collecting again. I got a bunch of jewels. Now, this jewel right here actually goes to my weapon. So now you guys get to see me put my very first level 60 weapon on, which is a monumental moment in any game. Now, I have several staffs in here. I have this one, the Desecrated Life Staff. And I'm going to go click this right here. And it will tell you your actual gear score of your particular items. And in this case, you can see I've got one that's 525. And it's got nature damage. It's blessed. It's got all of that stuff. But this is the actual Syndicate one. Now, this one actually has a higher gear score. It has a gear score of 533. So it's actually, in theory, better than the one that I've got. But it doesn't have the actual ones that I want on it that I would prefer to do, right? Now, this one has Bless, which gives me bonus to healing, which that's what I do. I'm a healer. And then it has Light and Heavy Attacks, which reduce your active weapon cooldown. Now, the other one has more focus, but it has a refreshing move where light and attending attacks cool down your thing, but also mortal siphoning, which grabs mana from the other one. Well, I don't really want that. I want more healing. Plus, the thing that it does is also allow me to change my stuff with my staff and my gear, meaning I can change my gear's stats to something else if I want to, right? So if I get the one in there, I can go in and put a cleric's into my gear, my actual physical gear here, and I can change it from, say, strength and constitution to focus and constitution, which is what I need for my character. But once I hit max level and I hit max 300 stats, I no longer need focus. I really need to have it in constitution because I'm going as a very tanky healer. Now, I have found, even with heavy armor, I'm able to dodge most mobs and most attacks if you just time it just right. If you're watching, you'll see, it's kind of like when someone puts their shoulder out, that means they're about to punch you in the face, everybody. So you actually watch their shoulder, not their fist. Wherever their shoulder's coming from, because they're going to have to build up strength when they punch you, that is where they're going to hit you in the face with. Believe me, I've been hit in the face a lot as a child. My day, you had to fight for dominance, everybody, and we did a lot. A lot of fighting, a lot of stupid man, proving you're a man and all of that stuff. When you're young, sadly, that still continues to this day. You think 50 years later, we wouldn't have to still have to do that, right? All right, so there is my staff. So now I've put my first level 60 item on my syndicate staff, which I got for 50,000 rep, everybody. That's a lot of rep to get that going on. Now, the other thing I have here is a replacement for my ice gauntlet. Now, this one right here is only going to be a temporary one because I'm going to get my ice gauntlet from the rep as well. So it's going to say, you want to bound that to you? Now, my old one here, obviously, I don't need to keep that one. So we're going to go ahead and unlock that one. And then we're going to go ahead and just simply scrap it. That's right. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, before you scrap that, everybody, make sure that you actually put the level 61 in. And this is a level 53 one. Okay. Now, this is one I just bought off the auction hall. That's why it does not have a gem in it. I did not put a gem in it because I knew I wasn't going to use it for all that long. And I was going to replace it with something else. So, boom, that's out of there. So I didn't waste a nice pristine gem on there. And the same thing here with my staff. My staff's a level 49 staff. It's a syndicate staff that I got from the rep quest. It also does not have a gem in it because I didn't want to waste the gem. Again, those are 300, 400, 500 gold. Don't want to waste those right there. So we're going to need to unlock that one as well, scrap that one, and it's out of there. And you get repair kits from that down here, everybody, or repair parts. Which you can make repair kits when you hit max repair, or you hit 2,000, which I do all the time. So I go to town scrap and stuff. If I see greens, boom, scrap, scrap, scrap. Now, another thing with your gear score that you need to do at level 60 is try to get to 600. There we go. My brain switched that around. And that is called watermarking. Now, watermarking, it has to do with your actual drop levels, right? So the more drops you get, the more that your drops get better and better over time. So if I have a 533 drop rate right now, and I put that on me, and it now knows that that's 533, which it does. You only have to get it as a drop. You actually don't have to physically pick it up, by the way. I heard from them directly because they actually put out a post all about watermarking, which is really great, directly from New World, which tells you a bit on what you want to do. So you want to go into higher level areas, loot stuff, and work your way up so you're getting higher and higher and better drops to get to that 600 level, which is like the ultimate gear level and whatnot. Now, in my case, I'm a healer, so I am not going to have 10,000 health, and I'm not going to be the most DPS or any of that stuff. My job is to keep people alive as best I can in the instances, and I did a pretty good job considering I got low-level gear over here, everybody. Now, look at this gear over here. It's pretty sad. I know it's level 40. It's 20 levels lower than my level. But the fact that I leveled up and I got to level 60 using level 40 gear is to tell you that I'm pretty hardcore. I'm a pretty hardcore player. Now, I always replace the weapon first. Always weapon first because you're going to be doing more damage. You kill the mob faster, you don't die as much, right? That's how it is. That's how I always do. So I always go first. Now, my life staff, I'm definitely keeping that. Now, what I want to do is have 2 bonuses to my healing. Now, if we look over here, I do have a cut pristine diamond that I've been saving for this very moment. It is a tier 5 stone cutting diamond, and it does one of 2 things. One thing it does is plus 15% damage and outgoing healing when at full health. The other thing that it does is it absorbs elemental damage, or absorbs physical and elemental damage absorption. Now, I don't need that. I'm not a tank, right? Maybe someday I might need that on some other gear. But right now, I don't need it. Because the second thing is your gear. If you put it on your armor, That's what the second thing does. If you put it on your weapon, it does the first thing, right? Now, for some people, the damage is the most important. For me, the healing is most important. When I'm at full health, which I normally always am, then my healing is going to be much more. So all we have to do is take the gem, and I'm going to put it in my inventory first. I take the gem and slot it right into there. And it says, do you really want to do it? Because if you have a gem there, it's going to destroy it, and it's going to put this new gem on there. I'll be like, yeah, I'm ready to rock. Bam. There we go. Now we roll over this, and now instead of just having the 25% healing, it's now going to have 15% outgoing healing while at full health. So I will try to keep myself at full health and try to do that. Now I'm going to be respecking my staff because I cannot stand that channel heal, everybody. It sucks. It sucks. I don't even use it. You can get interrupted all the time. Really, this game is not great when it comes to being a healer. It is actually very difficult to be a healer. One, you don't have heals that are always coming up and you can just bing, 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 heal and heal and heal. You got a ground-based heal. You've got a heal that you can send on a mob or send on a person, which does kind of an AoE heal, right? And then you have a channel heal, right? Either where it's an insta-cast, bam, it does low-level heal, which is your one right here, which I really like because it's really easy to do, but it's not that great of a heal. Right here, the splash of light. Now, if you're not a great healer and you are just want to help out with healing, that's a great one to do. This one right here is your biggest single target heal called Divine's Embrace. Now, what it does, it has a great feature right here where if the target's below 50% health, you might heal one additional person. Now, the same thing over here. If the second target is also below 50% health, then it will heal another ally. So you can literally heal 3 allies at the same time, which is great. That's a lot of healing. But if your team is getting to half health, I find that most of the time they can just get one-shotted and they're dead. Literally, by the time you get that heal off, because what you have to do is you have to hit F. You then have to target somebody. You have to scroll through all of the names, and then most of the time you miss it, and then you got to go back, and you got to do it again. It's so damn awkward. I can't just click on the name, because while I'm in the middle of doing this channel spell, I don't get my cursor. So I can't just click on the name. I can't hit F1, F2, F3, which is what it should be doing. Or if I hit F3, boom, it gives me character number 3 in the list. And then I should be able to heal. So it's really awkward. Now I have my heals unbound, so they don't bind to anybody. And I can go ahead and just heal peeps like this. Now while you're channeling, what happens most of the time, he didn't do it that time. But what happens most of the time is people move out of that heal, right? Before you get it finished channeling. Or a mob will hit you, interrupt you, and then sometimes you actually lose the spell depending on where you are when you're casting. Same thing when you're doing like AoEs. When I'm doing my AoE frost like this, what'll happen is while I'm in the middle of doing it, I'll get interrupted and then it does not go off. Which is not good. So watch out for those interrupts. They can actually cause you to die or your whole entire group to wipe if you are doing certain stuff. So important stuff to know. Now you're like, well, Kismet, I saw that you had a really nice amber gem in there right here, pristine amber gem. Why don't you put that in your ice gauntlet? Well, again, I don't waste materials, everybody. This is hard work by my team. But those are actually mine. I actually found them and had them cut them for me. But this is hard work for my team. I don't want to make a couple of them just because I want to have temporarily a gem in there. That's not a smart move, everybody. You want to maximize your use of resources, and making money is also a great way of making money is not spending the money in the first place, not wasting materials, not wasting gear that is unnecessary. And I think between the hike between 53 and 60, it's not necessary for me to go and grind out all the faction gear and grind out maybe your main weapon, maybe your secondary weapon if you want to do it. I just bought a secondary weapon. I bought an ice gauntlet at level 53 and then used it all the way until the end here, until max level. And then now I can get serious about my gear. I'll be like, okay, now we're going to get to it, right? We're going to get to that gear. Now, I'd like to get the ice gauntlet because one of the things I want to do with the ice gauntlet is to take that ice gauntlet and change the way that it does damage. And the reason why I want to do that is because I don't really have that much intelligence on my character right here. I have about 47, 40, so fairly balanced, around 50-50. there, and then eventually want to get 300 focus over here. Now, the interesting thing is that most of my points here are from me going in and actually putting points in. I have 195 committed points into there. Now, some of those points, obviously you don't want to go above 300 because it's not going to do you any good. Some of those I want to get exactly 300, and then I have to watch out that I'm not wasting focus points by adding more focus to it. So I definitely want to go higher constitution and not any intelligence at all. I'm going to actually have intelligence go all the way down if I can. And have that down as low as possible. And the reason why is because I'm going to put that amber gem in there. And when I put that amber gem in there, what it's going to do, it's going to draw from my focus power. And so it's basically going to do just as much damage using my focus, or more damage than it would if I was just using it without the gem. Right? And so it's going to use double damage. It's going to use both the frost damage and the nature damage. So it changes the type of weapon that you have, or the type of damage on your weapon to that nature damage, which is what focus is. So if I roll over it here, you can see that it says 50% of damage is converted to nature. So 50% of my normal damage on my weapon, meaning this one over here, which is 140 nature damage, it's going to do that damage to mobs with that. Now, of course, if I'm AoEing, I'm also doing that damage times however many AoE mobs I'm hitting, right? And then also with my Frost Gauntlet, the more mobs that are in that Frost Circle, the more damage it does. Now, one of the things that I always do right away is I go ahead and I go test out how much damage I'm doing. I should have kept my other weapon so I could have shown that off. But I go ahead and test my weapon. Just out of Windsward here, there's a little spot I like to go right over here and see what my damage level is. And this is a great comparison. If you do this throughout the entire game, you do it on the same mobs as you go along, you can see your overall progression. Now, I've got a copy of when I did this last time, so I could go back to the one previously, and we could do that. And take a look at what that is. But I'm going to run out here. We're going to do a bit of damage tests on these low-level mobs. And we're going to bypass these mobs here. Now, one of the things I don't like to do is I don't like to disrupt low-level characters who are in there doing their quest or whatnot. I don't go and grab all the mobs and keep them all for myself. Because our server is open to new players. Now, again, we have 2 slots left. So if you want to join us on the guild before you go on a waiting list, now's your chance. And I'll show you how it goes. Can I recommend you how to get caps in Fallout 4? You are talking to the right person on that one. Maybe I can announce it now. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Shijin, and that's probably a great segue, everybody. I'm going to be doing a charity event this year during December. And I'm going to tell you, and only you guys here on the stream for right now, that I'm going to be doing another playthrough of Fallout 4. So if you want to see how I make literally trillions of caps in Fallout 4, there's 2 ways to do it. One, you can go look at my playthrough of Fallout 4 on my YouTube and hit that subscribe button while you're over there, and it shows you exactly how to make a tremendous amount of caps and actually get so much money in the game that you will literally be able to buy out every single vendor in the game every 2 days in game time. Not in real life, but in game time. You can buy out every single vendor in the game. Now, I use purified water. That's how I make it. I use purified water like it actually is currency, like it is caps. And you can buy and sell and whatnot. So I'll be doing another playthrough for all of you during the holiday season. We're going to be doing a special thing called Fallout for Hope, which it means that all donations will go directly to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So we're getting that together right now. I do appreciate them inviting me. So we are going to do an awesome charity event during December. You will see Kiz Kringle return, and I have already got some sponsors lined up to give stuff away to you as we hit different milestones. It is a not a paid event. It's not a sponsored event or anything like that. I love St. Jude's. I think they're doing amazing work. As the daughter of three girls, I can tell you there's nothing worse than having your child be ill and always be worried about them and whatnot, and especially worrying about the financial part of your children. I mean, you've already got the worry of your children being alive and surviving and living and having a good life. Then, of course, you have the burden of that financial burden of all those medical bills, which are just insane, everybody. I am still paying off some medical bills for my children that are from 4 years ago. Yeah, I'm still paying that off. I'm paying off like $25 a month, $25 a month on thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah, I know. And the thing is now, in my day, what you would do is you get one bill. But now they screw you up by sending you 12 different bills from 12 different people. One's from the doctor, one's from the hospital, one's from the pediatrician, one's from this one and that one, and 15 and this one and that one. And then I got a spreadsheet. I literally have a spreadsheet that I have to keep just to keep track of what the hell is going on with what. And so that is the burden of being a parent, everybody, because you don't want your kids to be in trouble. My daughter's injured her ankle. My oldest daughter hit her head and cracked her head open. Some of my kids also had issues with skin problems, which they had to be treated, like you start breaking out, things like that. So you got to pay for the medicine for that. Other things like they had like ingrown toenails that I actually had to have surgery on. I know that's the thing that cost $3,000-4,000. I can't believe how much that stuff costs. And I have health insurance, everybody. That's really scary. That's how much it is with health insurance. Imagine if you went in there and you didn't have health insurance. Imagine you went in to the doctor and you've injured yourself. You hurt your shoulder, like me. Just this shoulder right here, just for a month of physical rehab, it's going to cost me $1,000. That's right, $1,000 out of my pocket. That's not counting all the other upcharges they'd probably done on my bill. But that'll cost me $1,000, and it basically take me a couple years to pay that off. 2-3 years from now. So I'll be 55 by the time I get anywhere close to paying some of this off. And then in the interim, between now and then, it'll be something else I'll have to pay for as well. So yeah, it's a struggle. But I don't ever ask for stuff for me directly here for my personal life. I just, roll on with life like everybody else, right? You just make do. You try your best every single day. Because I don't make a dime doing this. The wife is out there supporting the family like I did for about 10 years, everybody. 10 years, my wife took care of the kids and did that, and then she got to volunteer and do all of that fun stuff until I got ill, and then we switched. Now she goes to like what's 1726, everybody? She goes to a normal job, and I get to do this crazy idea I had, which gets me out of the bed every day, which literally saved my life, everybody. This really did. Because I'd become really bummed out. I mean, I'd become real depressed in the fact that I had constantly dizzy all the time, constantly couldn't sleep. I have insomnia a little bit as well. I have trouble sleeping. I have trouble getting rest, which is really difficult. Now, it seems like, Kismet, you just go to sleep, you'll be fine. But the problem is I stop breathing when I'm sleeping. Yeah. I mean, like, if I go to sleep tonight, I may not wake up tomorrow. And that's my every day. Every day, I may not wake up tomorrow. Yeah, so that's a scary life to live, everybody. And then I'm also dizzy all the time. And I foolishly hurt my shoulder doing a slip and slide. I shouldn't have done that spin move. I spun and went, bam! I landed hard, man. Hard, and I'm not a small guy, everybody, both vertically and horizontally. I'm an average sized dude vertically, but also a little extra horizontally, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. It's pretty scary out there, everybody. You can run up medical bills like that. Like, you go to the emergency room, costs you $1,000, $2,000. Still paying that off, too. I had an emergency room scare. I felt like I was having a heart attack. Still paying that. I mean, I got a stack of them, everybody. I'm sure you guys do, too. You guys can relate. You know what it's like to having those big amount of bills you have to manage every single day. All right, let's get back to it, everybody. A little side tangent there. All right, so this guy, bam, one shot, 1726. That's a heavy attack. So that is definitely much improved over my previous one, which was around 1,000, 1,400, right in that area. Now, a light attack is 1223. So even a light attack insta-kills these guys for me, right? And that's awesome. And that's even without my actual physical gear, still doing a lot of damage there, which is great. Now, one thing I could also do in my staff, by the way, is I could split the damage as well. So if you notice that when I hit these mobs, that you see a yellow number. That yellow number, 1,223 there for light attack, means that I'm actually doing plus damage, right? There's different colors. Like blue means you're doing less, minus 15%. White means that you're just doing your regular damage, and then yellow means you're doing additional damage based on the type of mob. It just happens to be that nature damage does more damage to these particular ones. Let me find another one over here. To these particular types of mobs. And there's a bunch of different types of mobs. There's Angry Earth, there's Lost, there's a whole bunch of different types of mobs. And those mobs are susceptible to certain types of damage. So, of course, you'd want to have a weapon that has specific damage for a specific mob. So I'll probably end up with different gear, not only for doing damage, but also for what I'm doing in the moment. So if I'm taking on this particular mob, then I'm good. I'm good with basic nature damage. But maybe I want another weapon that does more damage, like Frost or something, to other mobs. Now, one of my favorite things to do is to round these guys up a little bit. We'll get this guy and this guy. And then we'll go over here. We're going to get the Ice Gauntlet out. And we're going to see how much damage it does when we do a nice AoE like this. Oh! That's fun, everybody. It's fun when you get to a super powerful level. Because remember all the times those mobs were beating you up, that you died, that you fell off the thing, and they shot you, and whatever it was, right? It's always one of those things. But later on, you come back, and you are all powerful in that area. Now, a heavy attack, just from Frost, does 658. And then a light attack, around 470. Again, notice it's yellow. The yellow means that it's doing additional damage to that type of mob because it is susceptible to Frost. Now, some mobs, you'll see it again, go blue, means it's less. Now, in this particular case of my Ice Gauntlet, the more mobs that are in that little freeze area, which is called Ice Storm, I believe. I have trouble remembering stuff, everybody, so just bear with me when I can't remember stuff, right? You don't need to correct me. Eventually, I'll figure it out. Unless I ask you, then you can go ahead and do it. Yeah, Ice Storm is the name of that one. And so what we'll do is we'll go around and we'll grab a bunch. I got to say hello to my peeps here, too. We'll go around and we'll grab a bunch of peeps. One over here and one over here. And we'll hit this guy over here, but try not to kill him. There we go. Anybody else? Nobody? All right, well, that's it. So again, boom, Frost damage. It's doing about 195 to each thing. Now, when I'm in the Frost area, I also do more damage, right? Because it boosts your overall damage when you're in a Frost area. Now, these are all the different, various different perks and whatnot. Like it doubles Ice Pylon's health. It extends Ice Pylon's radius. Standing in the area doubles Quick Frost and empowers Frost. Like right here, you gain 3% mana for each spell cast while in a frosted area, right? So you have a lot of different options. My Gauntlet is almost maxed out at about 18. I've already maxed out my Life Staff a while ago and whatnot. And I will be going in and respecking this. So let's go ahead and respec this out at some point. I'm probably not going to do it tonight. I'm probably not going to do it today. I'm probably going to do it tonight. And respec that when I really get serious about using my staff and whatnot. Right now it's fine because I'm not really doing any massive healing or anything like that. I'm just going to be working on my general rep. Now, let me go ahead and say hello to everybody in there. Hey, oh, got to get in there with them. Oh, and I forgot to say that I was live in there as well. Hold on. I got to get all my stuff back up here. Again, been working hard behind the scenes, everybody, as I always do. Moving the guild over and all of that. And again, if you are having technical issues, we will try to help you out as well. Boom, there we go. Let me get in there. Say hello. Hey, everybody. How you doing today?
Hey, Kismet. What's up, man?
Hey. Been doing my thing. Looks like you got your thing fixed, Jang. How did you fix your thing?
I think with them shutting that auction house off, it worked.
Oh, that's maybe what it did. Okay, cool. Well, let's make sure we let all the other members know that they should try again. All right.
Flex got him and his wife over, same as how I did. So
awesome.
Them and then they tried it.
Yeah, we all logged in this morning. We're able to transfer, no longer grayed out. No idea if it actually fixed or a few of us got lucky. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that they blocked the auction, which is one way to fix that, I guess. I mean, you'd think they'd want to fix it the normal way. Sorry, I was talking, chat.
I said I was real happy when the transfer button worked.
I'm glad you tried it again. I'm glad you went in and checked it. Pretty awesome. Pretty good transfer. Again, everybody has 1 month to get in, unless you have a technical problem or tell me up ahead of time and you got IRL stuff. But if you don't say anything to me and I don't hear from you in over a month, those particular members are going to go on the waiting list, and then everybody else, I'm going to start adding additional members to that list. So good to know. Let everybody know to get in and get it going on. I've been helping a friend out soon that the vet lied to her when she had to pay. She was paid $300 by first jab, but they wanted it December 1st. Yeah. I feel like, there's some shady peeps out there in the world, everybody. There's some shady peeps out there. Doctors are just like mechanics. I know. I learned that mistake, everybody. They're just like human auto mechanics. In the fact that there's a few good ones and a lot of shady ones out there, everybody. There's some shady doctors out there, so be real careful who you're picking as. You think, you can trust doctors, lawyers, you can't trust, at least 99% of them. But firemen, policemen, things like that. I mean, there's bad apples in there which ruin it for the rest who are decent people. But be aware that, you can't trust really anybody in life. You got to really make sure that they are on the up and up. I've got screwed over by doctors many times. They just wanted to capture my billing. They didn't care whether I lived or died. That's really scary when you go to someone who is like the person who is like that is responsible for your well-being and your health, and they don't care if you die or whatnot. To you, they're just another dollar sign in their ledger, right? That is some scary stuff. That's a scary human being right there, everybody, who has no connection to whether they're actually improving the health of someone or not. So be careful. Be careful out there, everybody. It's very, very dangerous. So, yeah, and the same thing with people screwing you over for money, like stockbrokers and things like that. They don't care. They don't really know whether it's going to go up or down. It's like the weather, everybody. They're like looking in their crystal ball and looking at the weather forecast, and they're literally making a guess. An educated guess, but they're literally guessing what the weather is going to be tomorrow because they don't really know what it's going to be. It could change at any moment because Mother Nature is hard to predict, just like earthquakes and other things like that. Those things are hard to predict. So, so they're just guessing what it's going to be. Like they could pre-record. A great example, like in California, which is really funny. They can pre-record, like, oh, it's going to be sunny on Saturday, and they record it on Monday, and then come Saturday, it's raining. Because they're guessing they're looking in their crystal ball on what it is. And the same thing with doctors and other things. They're just guessing that that's what the problem is. Like in the case of my shoulder, they're just guessing that I injured the back of my shoulder because that's what I told them. And then that's what's going on. I can't move my arm past that part, like this part, like I can go all the way back. That's as far as I can move my arm, everybody. Isn't that scary? And when you realize that could be a permanent thing. Yeah, that could be a permanent thing, but they've been in there they're pushing down on my shoulder. They've been trying to push my arm back to try to stretch it out again because my muscles all tightened up. And every time I move my arm, if I leave it down like this, it's okay. It just throbs. But when I move my arm at all, it hurts right there, like level 10 pain, everybody. It hurt just when I did that. So, yeah, be careful that you enlist great people to back you up. So, yeah. And then you got to pay them thousands and thousands of dollars in their terrible doctor on top of that. So, all right. So, we did a bit of a test there. So, definitely higher damage. So, yeah, I think it was about 1,400 I had before on the previous staff. And now we're up to about 1,700. So good to kind of test that out as you go along. And I find this area is really close to Windswood and great way to test your gear and whatnot. So now the other thing I need to do is I need to work on my actual armor as well. Now that armor is vitally important because it's going to increase my constitution in this case because I'm going to have more constitution on there as I go up. Now, of course, I also don't want to max out my focus, which I could easily do with my gear. So I have to think about, okay, well, wait a minute. Now, maybe on my jewelry, I want it to be Constitution instead of focus, right? Because I'm literally like 7 away, and I can tell you when I go to switch from the level 40 armor I have right now, to level 60 armor, that it's going to have a lot more focus on it than I currently have, because I will be switching the strength stat because I'm going to be using heavy armor. I love the heavy armor, everybody. I think the heavy armor, as a heavy armor healer, it is the greatest thing. It is awesome. And I can still dodge roll, and I can take a big hit from mobs and not get insta one-shot, which usually happens with light. Now, what's supposed to happen in the gear, by the way, is based on your gear, you get extra perks. But those extra perks, supposedly, through the grapevine, through the forums and whatnot, are actually not working. So your light and medium gear actually puts you at a huge disadvantage in PvP or PvE because those perks are not proccing. So if those are not working, then you're wearing that gear for nothing and you're getting owned for nothing. I find light gear to actually be especially bad when it comes to that. So let's go ahead and go over here. Now I love the dodge roll mechanic. I think that is pretty fun. That really comes from like games like Guild Wars 2 and stuff like that, which have an amazing dodge roll mechanic. Really great in PvP as well. You can dodge people's attacks. You can get out of stuff from that. Get out of getting like standing in the fire and all of that stuff, or getting hit from bosses and things.
Have you returned for more adventure?
Now, no matter, even though I'm in a low-level town, it still allows me to access all my high-level gear. Now, I feel like one of the things it should do is gray out something you've already bought. That would be nice. But I actually want to, I actually got this one right here, which is 50,000 rep. And right now, you can see I've got about 8,250. And so I want to go ahead and also work toward my gauntlet. But that's not my gauntlet, everybody. That one's 15,000 just for my actual gloves. These are just gloves. And right now, this one is Dexterity Constitution. I don't want that one. I really want this right here, which is the Ice Gauntlet. Now, why do I want the Faction Gauntlet versus other one? Well, because it has the specific stats that I want on there. In this case, it's got critical damage. It's got light and heavy attacks. Reduce your active weapon cooldown. Now, this one is 525, right? Now, I can go ahead, if you go real tricky like this, go here and then here, you can actually compare your actual two things together. So the one I have on right now is 511, so it's actually less of a gear, less good gear than the one I have right now, right? Has the same intelligence level, but this one does more damage. Also has a critical chance, a better critical chance, and then the refreshing move is the same. So really, it's fairly close. I mean, I could probably do without it. I could probably put a gem on there and be just fine for now as I work my way up. So that's not really a high priority right there. So I might actually just do that. I might just go ahead and do that. But the other thing you could do, and this is what it should do, is that your crafters should be there for you now. This should be, there should be gaps along the way. Wow, look at this. They got this one all the way up max. I don't think I've seen that the cooking one up to max yet. That's cool. That's a tier 5 right there. What you can do is go into the auction hall. Now, lately, we've been having, instead of inflation, we've been having a deflation. A deflation is in the price of things go down because people are not spending their gold. So people keep putting it at a lower and lower price until it's just like an obscenely low price. Like the one that I bought there was literally 100 gold. Which is crazy for a max level item, right? 100 gold for a max level item, that seems kind of crazy to me. But we're going to go look at magical weapons here, and we're going to look at ice gauntlets. And we're going to take a look at the most expensive ice gauntlet in here. The most expensive ice gauntlet in the entire auction hall here in Windswood is 1,000 gold. And it's actually worse than the one that I've got. Worse than the one that I've got on, because I can just go ahead and click on this and then roll over that. The one that I bought for 100 gold on my other server, on Tritona's server, is actually better than the one that cost 1,000 gold here. Now, also what you can do up here in the corner, and this is a real powerful thing, everybody, is go up here in the corner and click All Settlements, right? Now, all settlements are going to show you everywhere it is, right? So it's going to show you in every single settlement, all settlements, there we go. It's going to show you everywhere in every spot in the game which are the best ice gauntlets, right? Now, this one actually 554 here, or 541 is actually better than the one that I have, and it already has a jewel in it. This one, same thing here, 30% damage converted into lightning damage, which is pretty cool, and whatnot, but that one's kind of less. Now, what I can also do is go by gear score over here instead of just by price. Now, this one's 500 for a defiled ice gauntlet. It's 572, so that's pretty decent, everybody, pretty decent. And if I look in there, It has got a gem in there. There's a 30% of damage is converted to arcane damage scales based off weapon stat or intelligence, whichever is higher. Now, if that had an amber gem in it, it would be really super nice for me. And then I could get more critical damage. And then when you kill something, it gives me stamina. So at this point, it's actually probably better for me to have my members make me some gear, and I would give them the materials and whatnot, or to buy it on the auction hall. Now, again, this one right here is 500. That is pretty cheap, pretty cheap. Now, again, I don't expect that to last forever, everyone. So you want to definitely keep that in mind, that this may not last forever. But what I'd really love to see would be one with already an amber gem in it. There's one right there. Which does 40% of the damage is converted to nature. Damage scales off base weapon stat or focus. FOC stands for focus, whichever is higher. So that was pretty good. That's a 520, about a little bit better than what I have. And it's going to do 84 ice damage, 56 nature damage. But then again, I have a very high focus. So it'll actually do more nature damage than frost damage. It'll actually do way higher because of that. And it's already got the gem already slotted in there. So that's pretty sweet, everybody. So that would be already did. My light and heavy attacks already did. But the biggest problem with it is that it's strength, right? And that's the first thing I looked at is what is its base stat? Strength. And that is why it is 27 thing, because it doesn't have intelligence on it. Had it had intelligence on it, wow, it would have been sold for a lot more and have a much higher value. Now, also, again, when you get to a certain level, you want to start watermarking your gear and actually trying to get your gear up to a higher level so you start dropping gear. And part of that is using the auction hall. Now, the auction hall is disabled right now, which is why we're not seeing a lot of stuff. You can't sell items, you can't buy items, you can't go and trade items, you can't do any of that stuff. And that's most likely why there is not even more of these in here. And some of these are probably going to roll off of here as well. But I've just showed you a bit about gear score and a bit about that and so on. So I'll come back later and try to have one of my members try to make me a nice gauntlet, probably at some point in there. But right now you can't do any trading between members either. So there's no point in having me do that right now as well. Now, again, the other thing that I want to do, of course, is respec my stuff and then work on my armor. So I kind of feel like the smarter move right now is to work on my armor and try to get those, because those are much lower on the cap of rep. So I'm going to be probably working more on that. Probably work on that a little bit today. And then I've got tons of stuff to do behind the scenes and whatnot. Now, one of my favorite runs right here is in Windswood. And because I can go out and I can do a little cycle over here and kind of take the same quests over and over. And actually, I got a town board quest out here, which is awesome. I love having town board quests out there. And then I can go ahead and get my things here. Now, this is getting links. And then this one here is for an expedition or a dungeon run. I'm going to cancel that one straight away and get that off of my list. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unpin. They added this thing where you hit escape. And you can go ahead and unpin these right over here. It's so awesome. I absolutely love that feature. I love them for that. That really makes that way easier. Then I'm going to go into Windswood here, and I'm going to search for chests. All right, we'll leave that one. What do we need? We need 5 common mana potions. We need to hunt some wolves. We need to craft some dairy supplies. I seriously doubt I'm going to do that one, so let's just abandon that one. And I saw that the board was lit up, so I went and got a bunch of the board quests before they went away yesterday. And that's why I have a bunch in here that are not showing up. I also have some that I brought over from the previous server, because you keep your quests if you do bring them from another server, and you can then turn them in over here once you got them done. And that's why some of these are not showing up. So I need to acquire some oil. I need to cull some wolves, get some mana potions, and so on, and you can see them in that upper right corner. Now, just because you're level 60 doesn't mean you need to stop working on your town board. Your town boards and your actual territory buffs are incredibly powerful. If you look at my territory standing here in Windswood, I am literally getting a 5% crafting decrease in the cost. 16% trading decrease, because I've done a few of those, just a couple. Property taxes, 31%, so 30% less taxes. Saving money is making money, everybody. Normally my taxes would be $2,000, right? $2,000 per week. And right now they're around $900, which is awesome, even though the taxes are a bit higher here on the new server in this area, but that's okay. My gathering speed is increased by 35%, which is one of the biggest things that I do, is constantly boost that gathering speed, because that's all I'm doing is gathering. I'm not crafting or doing anything like that. Thus why I'm not, really reducing my station fee over here or my trading tax very much. And of course, the most important thing for me is to be like the guild bank. So if people are not online and say, Kismet, when so-and-so comes online during the day or during the night, could you hand them this? Oh, sure, I can take care of it. I'll put it in the bank and I'll hand it to them. And that's how it is. So that storage is vitally important. And I've increased the maximum number of houses, maximum number of items I can place in my house by 15, because this is where my primary house is. And then I've also increased just barely a little bit of faction rep. And the funny thing is, because I've increased those faction tokens, they actually made the PvP the same as the PvE when it comes to the faction rep. And of course, I can own a house and 13% territory standing while in Windsward, so just a little bit. And again, the reason why I only put a little bit in those is because eventually you're going to reach a threshold where it's very difficult to keep your town board going up, right? You have to just keep doing the same quest over and over and over and over, which I do anyway, because I love the little mini run that I have going. That little mini run is usually right out here. So we can run out there and do those in a minute, but we want to go ahead and do these quests first. So I need to find 5 common mana potions. Now, I don't remember where I put my potions. I thought I put them here. In here. Oh, it's common, not weak. Now, I usually keep a stack of the various different potions. Like right here, you can see I have some weak health potions. And I keep them in here for this specific purpose. For this specific purpose, to take them and to turn them in. Do I make potions? No. I don't make potions. I don't make armor. I don't make gear. I don't make nothing. I don't make food. I don't do any of that. That is left to my crew. Now, every time this resets, am I going to hit a grizzly bear on the way? Probably not. So we'll just cancel that one. Woodlouse bait is fairly easy. Just run around and grab that. But I'm just going to cancel all of those for this. Now, I need to also acquire oil. Which is one of those things that actually, when I first started playing the game, I could not find for some reason. But there's a lot of places to get oil. And we're going to jump around here and do wolves first. And I still do these town board quests, even though I'll be 60. I'll still be doing them in all the various areas because I want to buy 3 max level houses. And those 3 max level houses will allow me to put the max level chests in those, which will give me lots of storage space between those 3 things. And then eventually I'll have 4 travel points, the 3 houses and then my inn, where I can go ahead and set that to various different high level areas and low level areas to travel. Now my 3 spots are going to be Windsward, right here. I don't want to call it Windswood. I do that all the time. Windsward up here at Brightwood, so it gives me access to these ones up here. And then over here at Morningdale, which gives me easy access to all of those as well, right? Now, the cool thing about your house and your inn travel is the fact that it doesn't rely on weight, right? Let's go out here and do some one-shotting of these mobs. Bam! Later, bro! 1351 if I don't get a damage bonus. So, yeah, one-shot in these mobs. Now, I do a solid. I don't come out here and just kill a bunch of mobs like whoever's doing this. Right here, I think that's a pretty bummer thing to do because what it does, it slows down the spawn for everybody else who is waiting to get these wolves. Now, I'm going to try to hit them without killing them. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it with my regular staff because now I've become too powerful in there. And I don't like to one-shot mobs, especially when I'm in a group. I want everybody to get a hit in there. So let's go ahead and try the Ice Gauntlet. Just a single light attack. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and get this guy. And again, I don't want to get too many of them. I want to try to get some of them, right? And I want to bring them to me so I don't have to go find them. And then AoE them down. Bye-bye. And that's a great advantage of being that higher level, right? Is that now you can take on those lower level mobs. Get that easy rawhide, get your wolf quest done. It doesn't matter what level wolves it is, everybody. You can go into the max level zone and it says, hey, you need so many wolves. Well, guess what? You come over here to level 44 wolves instead of level 50 or 60 wolves. and you will get the same quest done for your town board. It doesn't matter what level the mobs are on some of these quests. So that's pretty sweet right there, right? So that was easy to do. Oh, hello. Oh, look at that dodge. Bam. Bye-bye. And there we go. And so we'll go ahead and run in and turn this one in. Now, I like to turn them in right away, and that's because while you're off doing other things, your town board is going to be resetting. It's going to be taking time for it to reset and then come back. Now, the reason why I'm not playing Astroneer today, by the way, at No Man's Sky, is because we have moved servers. If you're just tuning in, we have moved servers from the Tritonus server over to the Bouneima server, where we have moved our entire guild to be with our allies, Smashley, Burke Black, and all of our other large and small streamers that we're part of. And you can see that they've been very, very busy over on this server, and you can see that they've been dominating some of the PvP. But you never know. The fortunes change on a dime, everybody. Oh, wait, is that wolf not here? Oh, can I not turn that one in? Where's the wolf one from? Complete at the... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I found a boo-boo. Oh, it still got it done. It got it done. It just didn't show on the town board, so I found a bug there, everybody. Somebody clip that for me. Somebody clip that. I still was able to complete it by saying complete all, but it's not showing on the town board. That's a quest that I have. Same thing with those mana potions. So something a bit funky there. Now I'm going to go to Weaver's Fen up here. Now the cool thing is because it is a faction travel, I'm getting a faction discount of 17. Now also, when you're just doing fast travel versus anything else, you want to go in here and you want to go ahead and do this and get everything out of your inventory, everything that you can. Now I've got a few quest things here. That I need to do, but I'm going to jump to Weaver's Fen. It's literally going to cost me 24. And that's what's so nice about controlling your particular faction, controlling that particular area, is that you can very easily use a lot less Azovs, which means less portals that you have to run. The perfect timing. Less portals you have to run to build up your Azov, or less you have to grind that up. So, one of the cool things about this particular area is I was working up Weaver's Fen, but nobody was doing the town board, so I abandoned it. I actually spent 5,000 gold on a house and then abandoned that house, and you lose that 5,000 gold. That gold is gone, bro. You don't get that back. So watch out for that if you are going to abandon your house. But they weren't keeping up the town board. They were just doing this bottom right corner, but it looks like they're keeping up the town board a little bit here. And I feel like those town boards should diminish over time, so it gives them a reason to keep those going, and of course gives them benefit. Now, right out of the back of Weaver's Fen here is some oil right over here. So I can just go over here and get that oil out of there. I need to get 10 oil. And I gave away a bunch of my stuff. I had a bunch of oil and a bunch of all of that stuff. I gave that all the way to my crafters in the guild. And so now I got to go collect it again. And that's okay. I don't mind. I love collecting. Collecting is one of my favorite things. You're going life staff and spear. Well, there you go. That's the way to go, man. Now, again, if you guys want to join me, make sure your name is on the roster. That's the only way to get in the guild is to have your name on the roster. You have to put your name in Answer the Call, and then I put you on the roster. And the people who are already on the roster have priority of getting into the guild here in New World. And if you don't transfer over within the next month, then I'm going to take your name off the roster as inactive, and then move you to a waiting list, and then allow others to get in. All right, I don't want you to lose your spot. So now's a good time to log in, add all the officers to friends, and then when they see that you've been added to friends, they will add you to the guild. Or if I see you, if I'm on, I'm usually listening in Discord. If someone says, "Hey, Kismet, I need to be added." You need to be on Discord at all given times. If I see you're in the game, if I see there's 9 people in here, I should look up and see 9 people on the Discord. All right? If I see that you're in here and you're online and you continuously not get on the Discord, I will have a little chat with you. I will have a little chat with you and say, hey, why are you not on Discord? Explain to me why you're not on there. And so on. Now, sometimes people just forget. Sometimes people are, taking care of their IRL stuff. I understand about that. I'm not too harsh on it. but it does promote teamwork, and that is what we are all about. If you like to work together with other people and do amazing things like run in formation and help out level 35s, get into the highest level zone in the game like we did last week, then on Saturday we did that. We actually ran some 35s into the max level 60 zone. We got them all the way to Reekwater. I know, it's pretty awesome. Now, why would we do that? That's because we let events open to all level members, and if that just allows people to work on their teamwork and help each other. And that's always a good thing. You definitely want to have that as a group. Now, let's go ahead and bounce back to Winsford here, and I'm going to use my house. I'm going to scroll up here. I'm going to recall to my house, and it's not going to cost me anything, any Azoth. I find the housing to be some of the best in the game, best features in the game, because it does save you massive amount of Azoth when you're traveling, especially when you are very overburdened, right? When you have a lot of stuff on you, or just slightly under, but can't travel while you're overburdened, but you understand what I mean. That you have a lot of stuff on you, and you don't want to pay that 300-400 Azoth for a single travel. I've seen it up to about 480 Azoth in a single travel, because I do have the larger bags, and when my bags are completely filled, holy mackerel, it costs a tremendous amount of Azoth. And I've accidentally done fast travel without looking before and burnt hundreds of Azoth before. So not good, not good. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this one in as well. Man, these boards are popping though. Well, all right, I'm not going to do this one. I'm not going to do that one, and I'm not going to do that one. See, I just instantly cancel ones I know I'm not going to do. Absolutely. And the same thing over here. Now, I can also go into my town board and say, am I going to do mana potions? Now, I would normally just either hit up my guild, because I give thousands and thousands of gold worth of stuff to my crafters and through people making potions and food and, furniture and all of that stuff. So I literally spend endless hours of my time, 5, 10, 20, 50 hours collecting, and then literally give it away to other members. Yeah, I do that. What I would do is either do that, or if I didn't have someone I could hit up for it, I would go in here and do it, or I would just say it's not even worth the time and the effort, and the value of the items is too expensive to turn it into the actual town board. So in that case, you can just go into your town projects here and just straight abandon it right here. Boom. Now you're good. And it's okay if it failed. It's okay if I don't get the rep or whatever. I can always come back, get some more later on. Now, what I like to see is a full town board, an active town board, always going, because then you have a lot to choose from as you're running around and trying to upgrade your thing. And when the PvP peeps, that's who control this, by the way, all the people who are doing PvP and who are controlling those areas, stop doing the town board. It really makes it at a detriment for all the new players, so people like this guy right here, John Shank, who's coming up, who's level 20 right now, and would really like to work that town board, but he can't because they're not investing the cash in the town board because it doesn't do him any benefit. So that really needs to be looked at, right? It needs to be looked at, because I had the benefit of full town boards when I was leveling, and I could have, at the very beginning of the game, used the town boards to go to max level like that, because the town boards are still OP. I could easily have done that. But of course, the part that makes it less OP now is that they're not working the town boards as much as they were in the beginning of the game. So let's hope they get a function in there, a reason for them to keep it going. So there we go. There you go. Yes, and tonight's team event for faction gear grinding. Yes, I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that for sure. I'm from Europe. We don't have hospital bills here. Well, you're lucky, Shin Shin, because they have some serious hospital bills here. Your hospital bill could be worth more than a house. Yeah, I know some people who have hospital bills that are in the hundreds of thousands. I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on doctors because of my issues, because of my disability. So yeah, it is very, very difficult. I spent my entire retirement and my wife's retirement. We have no retirement now. I'm 51 years old with zero retirement. Yep. I said, you want to live or you want to die? That retirement don't do me any good when I'm dead, everybody. So I'd use that money to pay those bills down and also to survive during that time in which I got very, very ill.
More adventure?
And so, yeah, that's what you got to do in life, everybody. So, yeah, 51 years old, partner streamer on Twitch, don't make a dime doing it, and have no retirement. That's pretty much my situation I'm in. Because I just tell it to you straight, everybody. I'm not looking for your sympathy. I look at kids, oh, hey, whatever. It's okay. It's okay. In life, you have to either take it on like a challenge or you're going to fail. You take everything in your life on like a challenge. When I decided to be a streamer, I said I'm going to be the best one that ever was. And that's how you should do it. You should take it on in that mentality that I'm going to be my best, not someone else's best. There's always going to be people who are stronger, faster, better at everything than you are, everybody. The people who have the natural ability to remember everything, people with photographic memories and other things like that, well, congrats to them for that lucky strike in life. But then also I find people who are super smart like that also lack common sense sometimes, that are just, who would walk out in front of a bus because they're not paying attention. I have a good friend of mine I've known since I was a kid who is a super genius. He is incredibly huge, like Mensa smart, everybody. But I swear to God, I have to tell him every common sense thing. Like, dude, you should not be doing that. Dude, watch out when you're crossing the street. You know, that kind of friend that you're always watching his back. And then they're watching yours. So yeah, watch out for that. Watch out for peeps who are super smart, because I find for every bonus that you got in life, there's always some downside, right? For every great success that you have some sort of negative thing happen. Like, people go on to become super rich and famous, and guess what? Then their parents pass away, right? You ever see that happen? It's just a big, that zen in life, that balance, right? That yin yang is what they call it. Yeah. That balance in life that always happens. Now, sometimes you'll think something's a negative when it actually becomes a positive later on. Like, I think this was a positive. I think when I got ill and then worked on my health, lost 50 pounds, started streaming, started saying, this is what I want to do, streaming and creating content and making videos on YouTube, stuff like that, that it actually improved my health and saved my life here on Twitch, because you could have very much went the other way. The other way is I lay in bed all day, because I make just as much laying in bed all day doing nothing, everybody. Lay in bed all day, my health would get worse, and I would waste away and be gone. I'd be gone right now. There'd be no more me. I'd be gone. That's the simple truth that you have to face at some point in your life, everybody. If you make that choice, the choice of, you take disability and they're going to pay me every month just to lay into the bed, and I didn't take any disability, everybody. I thought that was also giving up. You got to be real careful on giving up on your life and on things in your life. And I was able to turn it around for last, going on 7 years now, 7 years, able to turn that around. So now you see me sitting here. I can sit in my chair again. I couldn't do that when I first got ill. I couldn't sit for more than 30 minutes without having to lay down. I wasn't able to manage my conditions. I can manage them much better. Did they go away? No. Are they ever going to go away? No. I'll have to live with them for the rest of my life. Just like if someone becomes disabled, if they lose their arm or their leg or whatever, I have the type of disabilities that are really difficult because you can't see my disability. You can't see it. So people have very little empathy for you if they cannot see your disabilities. And some people have little empathy even if they can see your, that's really a horrible person, everybody. When you see somebody is actually physically disabled and you still have no empathy or caring for them, that means that there's something wrong inside, everybody. There's something wrong in there. You need to work on that. Work on that for sure. You need to level up that empathy, because that's the way I was when I was young. I didn't care about anybody else. Didn't care about anything. I didn't understand. I didn't have that perspective in those days. All I cared about was making money and being a graphic designer, and I went and did both those things to the nth degree. I did, big time. Big time. Top of my field, everybody. Very, very cool. I've been very, very lucky in my career that I was around amazing people. I was willing to learn and do whatever needed to be done, and went on to be the boss of everywhere I ever worked, and then started my own businesses and was successful at that as well, and so on and so forth. And I've had failures and I've had successes, as everybody does. Nobody gets off with no failures in life, everybody. How do you know? Because when you were first born and you were walking around, or at least trying to, you got up and then bam, down you went. And then you got up again and then down you went as a baby. You tried to talk, but you couldn't talk. And then eventually you learned to talk. You learned to walk. You learned to do your math. You learned to do your writing. You learned how to read. You learned all of those things along the way. And those are actually privileges in the world. Not everybody gets those things. This is something I explain to my kids who have no understanding, because they've never met people from other countries who have nothing, who walk to get water every day, right? To get food, to survive in that climate. And they have the great thing about people like that who come from that kind of background, like me, I came from a poor family. My family was not rich. They, scrape to get by every single day, all like, most people in the world. And so you learn that perspective, and it's like a humbling thing when you grow up in that perspective. When you grow up in a perspective of, you have everything that you want. You're rich and you got all the money and you can buy whatever you want. And your parents are paying for everything. You have no understanding of how hard it is to get that money and survive sometimes, especially when you're in a tough situation it is now, where you got a pandemic. There ain't enough jobs for everybody to go around, even though there's tons of jobs right now. Not a lot of people want those jobs because they don't want to, work in a, factory or whatever, and so on. It's actually right now is the best time to get a job. You know why? Because you could negotiate your salary way up. Now, have you ever thought about negotiating your salary? Some people don't. That on average, women don't ever think about negotiating their salary on average. Not all of them. I know some of them do. But I find that happens. Like when I've interviewed people, men and women, I've hired both, a bunch of different projects and whatnot along the way, that usually the men will say, well, I'm looking for this salary. But the women will just say, okay, I'll take whatever salary you're offering. People don't even know that's an option. I always negotiate mine. I always say, look, this is what I'm looking for in this range. I never say a specific number. I always say in this range. And I will see if they're going to go high range or low range. Are they going to low ball me or going to high ball me, right? And that tells you a bit about your employer. How they're going. Are they looking to nickel and dime you, or are they looking, they want to buy the talent, right? If they want to buy the talent, then that's a good place to be. And I always try to be the best at what I do. And if I can't be the best at what I do, then I don't do that thing. Like right now, if I wanted to work for Apple, I would not be the best at what I do because my medical conditions would hinder me in the fact that I would not be able to work at that and be 100% and be the best I was back in the day. But what can I do that is really good and be the best that I can be? Well, doing this right here, running my guild and playing games and being here. And then if I feel dizzy or if I feel ill and I need to lay down, I can just say, hey, everybody, not feeling good. And I'll go lay down. And that's why this is so advantageous to me, is that it gets me out of the bed every day. It's something I love to do. It's something that inspires me every single day to bring a little positivity and joy, a little entertainment into your day. And that is why I get up every morning, everybody, is to do this. Now I'm getting a little emotional. I can feel it starting to rise. You know how that feeling when it starts to rise and your eyes get a little dusty. As they say. So that is why I've been doing this for 7 years now.
Glad to cast
and
eyes upon
backstory
you.
on me. I know many of you already know that because you've been in my channel forever, but that's pretty much it. Kiz, is your banner done compiling over there? It is, actually. It is done, but it's still working on a bunch of other graphics over there right now. So I will do that. Also, it's processing video. I'm always in the middle of something, everybody. In fact, I'm usually in the middle of 5 or 10 somethings at any given time, whether it's projects or videos or processing things or doing graphics or animations. Like I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to be adding to the stream that you haven't even seen yet, especially at the end of this year here. I've got so much stuff lined up. But you got to think that is hundreds of hours of work off stream that I do on top of this. So I do put a lot of time into it. If I were to do it, if you're going to put something into passion, everybody, as opposed to just making a paycheck, you don't want to look at how much per minute, how much per hour you're making. Because I would literally be making like a cent an hour or something, below a cent an hour for how many hours I put in and the value that's returned. Especially since I put every dime back in, plus my dimes as well, or pennies, back into the guild and back into the stream as well. So, yeah, eventually it'd be great if it paid for itself and I could make a living doing it, but that's not my primary goal, right? See, that's usually everyone's primary goal when they get a job, is to make lots of money and be successful and show off everybody. Hey, look at me, everybody. I got $1,000 suit and $5,000 special suit, and I got the fancy car, and I got the fancy house, and that's your own jam. More power to you. But I can tell you, if you're not enough without that stuff, you're not going to be enough with it. You're just going to still be empty inside. It does not fill you up, everybody. It's nice to be able to pay your rent and pay your medical bills, in my case, and pay all that stuff. And believe me, I've made more money than some people make in a lifetime. I'm telling you, 6-figure salary, everybody. And I'm just as happy doing this, making $0, than making a 6-figure salary. I mean, it's not as great for my family because they not sitting in the lap of luxury, that's for sure. But, you know, and I can't go and rent 30 Sea-Doos on a whim on a weekend, which I've done before. I can't go and go stay in 5-star hotels and fly around all over the place, which I have done many times before. And I've spent tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars just wasting it as a child in my 20s, because, you know, you don't think you're going to live forever in your 20s. You think, you know, I'll live another 10, 15 years. I'm just going to party and have a great time. But I did put some of that away, so it did save me in the long run, because I did take that money out to pay for my doctors and pay to survive when I got very, very ill. So it did come in handy for then, but when I'm 70, I'm really going to be in trouble because I will literally have no retirement, no thing. Now I could sit here and work every day and work 3 jobs and do all of that, but then I will also miss out on the most valuable thing to me right now, which, oh God, now I'm really going to get emotional. Hold on, came on there. I could feel it. I'm missing out on time with my wife and my kids. My kids right now, my twins are 13, right? They're twins. They're twin girls. They're 13. So we've got about another, right now you don't have any time with them, everybody, because they're teenagers and they got a bad attitude. But you still have little moments that you get to spend with them, right? Dinners and movies and going here and there and Halloweens and things like that. And moments like that you will never get again. You get them one time and that's it. My oldest daughter is 16, and in a couple years, she is super brilliant. She'll be off to college. She'll be riding a full scholarship and all of that over there, not because of me, because I don't have the money, but because of her hard work that she's done. At least I hope that's how it works out, because you never know in real life, everybody. Someone who is really smart can also be common sense bad. And my daughter has a bit of that. She's really she's smart like my wife's smart, right? I am hard work smart, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you are hard work smart, which means that you have to reread that paragraph 15 times before you understand what the heck it meant in school, right? I'm a work hard smart, right? Just because I've been doing computers for so long, I understand if, you know, all of a sudden something stops working, that you turn it off and you turn it back on again, right? I just understand how that works. Right, I understand intuitively whether it's a connection issue, is it a hardware issue, is it a software issue, just because I've done it for so many years. Like Groundhog Day, everybody. It's like doing the same thing over and over and over for so long, you just get basically an intuitive feel for it. Same thing with graphic design. If you do something that you love and you have passion for, a lot of times when I'm designing stuff, it's not on using the rules. In fact, usually I start with the rules and then I throw them out the window. And then I start how it feels. Now, sometimes when you're centering something, great example. You're centering something and you put it in the center of the page. And it's perfectly centered because, you know, you've lined it up and you put the text box in there and it's perfectly centered. But when you look at it, it feels off center. And if it feels off center to you, then it's wrong. Then you just give it a little nudge, and then it will feel right, not only when you're looking at it, but when other people look at it. And after a while, you get a sense of those things. How text lines up, how pictures line up. Does it look good? Is it offset? Is it here? Is it there? And I consider myself a good graphic designer and occasionally great. Not great all the time, but good with occasionally great. And all the graphic design and the artwork and the love train down here and all the graphics and all that stuff I do here on the stream, other than emotes and things like that, which I do farm out to help other people, show some love to them. I could do my own emotes, everybody. I could do my own animated 3D emotes because I have a program called Maya. That's right, I do 3D animation as well. Maya is the one they use to make like Toy Story and stuff like that, everybody, to make the real high-end stuff. Yeah, a lot of ones in the chat. So there we go. I like the run. I say pretty motivating. Well, there you go, Nick. I do talk about it a lot. I feel like that's one of my purposes here on the stream, is to inspire people. Because, you know, you got all these people in your life bringing you down every day. You got all this negativity going on. You got all these struggles that you're going through. Maybe your wife is a jerk. Maybe your husband is a jerk. Maybe your boss is a jerk. Maybe your pet doesn't even like you. I don't know. There's always some sort of something every single day that just like you're jumping these hurdles and you're jumping these hurdles and you just need a little bit of love in your day. You need a little positivity. You're like, you know what? I want to just with life, and I just want to sit in here and watch Kismet stream and watch him get into trouble or talk about some stuff and get up on his little soapbox for a minute, and then I'll get back to gaming in a minute. All right, everybody? So don't come in and say, Kismet, just play the game, because I will do whatever the heck I want to do, because I answer to no one. That's where I am in my life, everybody. At 51, I have been through the ringer, and I can tell you I have done a lot of stupid stuff. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of dumb things, but I've also done a lot of great achievements in my life. I have 100% achievement in graphic design in real life, everybody. That's right. I've been with my wife for now going almost 30 years, everybody. I just looked it up the other day. I have it on my thing, so it reminds me. There's 2 things you got to remember, guys. Your wedding anniversary, three things. Wedding anniversary, first date, and or not in that order. First date, wedding anniversary, and your spouse's birthday. Remember those 3 things in your styling, and an unexpected gift at an unexpected time. Remember that as well. Doesn't have to be for Christmas. Doesn't have to be for her birthday or his birthday. Just something that you saw that they would like, that you know they're into, and you give them a gift. Just say, I just thought of you and brought you this gift. Right? Now, how would you like it if someone said that to you? They walk up to you and said, I was thinking of you, and I saw this, and I thought you would like it. And then it's like something you really like, right? Maybe gaming, maybe a gift card. I don't know. Whatever you want. So there you go. In the middle of a big career transition, so hopefully it's beneficial. Yeah, Nick, it is tough. It's a real scary thing to switch. Gee, I switched from a graphic designer to being an entertainer. That's pretty much what you do as a streamer, is you're entertaining people. They come in, they can watch anybody play New World. Why do they come into my channel? Why do they come here? Because I appreciate them, number one. I appreciate every single person that comes in and lurks in my channel that says hi in the chat and does all of that. That's number one, I feel. That's the way I like to do my stream. Sometimes people never talk to the chat, or they never, people dropping $500 on their stream, and they never acknowledge it once. It's like, whoa, holy mackerel. You must be really egotistical or just like so jaded that you literally wouldn't say, thanks, Nick, for the follow, which I appreciate, Nick. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, you're working at 13. I had to help my family. Yeah, that's the way it goes, Half Fan. I know a good friend of mine whose parents passed away and had to start taking care of the rest of his family very early. But went on to be a huge success, by the way. Went on, paid for his own college, went on to be a pilot. That's right. He flies for like the airlines. So, I mean, hey, that's freaking cool, man. And he's the type of person, he's been a good friend of mine since I was young. He's the type of person that we would go and we would drive to the airport just to watch the planes take off and land. And he could watch that for hours, everybody. He could, about 30 minutes, I'm good. But he could sit there and just watch them take off and land all day, because you know he's dreaming in his head. He's dreaming of him taking off. That's his big dream in his life. And I love to say, oh man, it gives me goosebumps. Look at that. See? Gives me goosebumps to think about people who dream of that big dream, that thing that they want to do in their life. And it's only possible if you want it bad enough, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it, everybody. I'm going to tell it to you straight. Life is not easy. And you got to have some lucky breaks along the way for it to happen. You're going to have a lot of negative things. And sometimes it just seems negative at the moment, but you never know. It might be pushing you in the right direction. Like this is pushing me in the right direction to do streaming and work more on my health, because I'd given up a lot of my time to managing family and earning money and doing all of that stuff and not taking care of my health. And that got out of control, and that's what caused my conditions. And so now I'm very much worried about my health all the time. Like how to even walk up and down stairs, I have to think about every single day, because I'm constantly dizzy. So I could one fall and that'll be it, everybody. You think my shoulder's bad, wait till I fall down and break my neck. And I've fallen many, many times because all of a sudden I'll become unstable. And I'm usually, it's less of there's kind of like a instability dizziness, right? So it's like when you're walking, the ground is like fluid. So when I'm going downstairs, it's like one of the hardest things. And I never thought about stairs once. In my entire life, I never thought about going up and down stairs. I never hold the handrail because other people touch the handrail. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, but not that much. But I don't like to hold the handrail because other people have touched it. That's a simple fact. And so I would never touch the handrail, and I would just run up and down the stairs and walk up and down the stairs and never think about it once. But now I have to think about it every single time. Every single time I go up or down the stairs so I don't fall and hurt myself, I have to have my hand by the handrail ready to grab it should I start to fall. And I've started to fall many times and grab that handrail and save myself many, many a time. And that is my everyday and will be my everyday for the rest of my life. That's just something I have to integrate into my life now. Same thing with my shoulder now. I have to integrate that in when I got to go to physical rehab for them to fix that. And it's been helping. It's definitely, my arm is a lot more mobile now and doesn't hurt as much when I move it. Still hurts like crazy, but not as much. So there we go. Kisbumps. Yeah, there you go. We'll rename it to Kisbumps. There we go. If I have a player on West server, can I make one on an East server and still have both? Yes, you can. Actually, you make 2 on West and 2 on East, by the way. As long as they're not in the same world set. There's like a world set that you'll see. And actually, let me jump out. The cool thing about New World now, no queues, everybody. So I can just exit out the main menu without worried about coming back into queues. Because they have a lot of servers now. And people have kind of, spread out a little bit. We took over the Tritonis server. We made that server into one of the top servers because everybody went there. And then a bunch of people were cheating, apparently. I don't know what the real deal is, allegedly. But if you go in here and you actually go in and look at your worlds, you're going to see, like our world right here, if we go by world set, Bouneima, we can find it again because it's really hard to find anything in here, right here, is part of the Arcada at Alto. I'm just going to guess that's what it is. And so everything that's under Arcada Alto, which is funny, actually, it's the top world set. It's the alphabetically. You cannot put another character on any of these, right? So if I have one on Bouneima, which I do, I moved my character over, I transferred yesterday, I can't put another character on there. But I could have another character on Oshina if I wanted, or Shira, or Mori, or whatever. I'm not going to, but I could. And I can actually have 2 characters per region. So I could also go to West, and I could have 2 characters over here as well. Now, when I go to this world set over here and I log in, I can actually put another one over here. Now, be careful if you're going to be using your transfers because you get 1 transfer. So one of the things that we did see, and I saw a lady was talking about it yesterday. I was sending her some love over there. I realized she was online because I was working on stuff behind the scenes, and I saw her in my list. And I was like, hey, I'll go give her a host. So I went over there and hosted her channel, and one of the people in her channel was mentioning that he used it for his EU server. He used the transfer, and then now he doesn't have a transfer. So that sucks. But I have a feeling if you contact them, you contact their customer service and say, look, I meant to use this over here. I didn't realize that I couldn't buy another one or get another one over here, and just explaining the situation. I really want to go with the guild that I want to go with. You never know. They'll say, here's another token, or they'll give you the option to buy another token from them directly, which would be great. So yeah, that is an issue. So make sure that you only get the 1 transfer. So if you do have something on US East, one of the cool things they did let you do, by the way, if you are on the same world set and you're transferring your character versus creating your character, if you are transferring your character, you can actually do that. You can actually transfer from the same world set to the same world set if you're transferring an existing character. If you're creating a new character and you already have one on there, you cannot create another one in the same world set. So you can't have 2 in the same world set. But if you're using the same one, you can bounce around whatever you want based on where you want to go. You cannot move regions. You can't go from US West to US East and European, but because it's such a huge feature that people want now, and they had said that you could do that originally, that they are now working on that ability, how to switch regions from one region to another. I mean, they're learning the tough lesson, everybody, the really tough lesson in the game, and that in game development, and that is when you fix one thing, 3 other things break. That is, if you think about it, that is how development goes on really anything that you do, whether it's a real life product like a phone like this, or if it's something to do with software or hardware, whatever it is. It typically, when you fix one thing, a bunch of other things get broken. Well, I'm on EU Central. There we go. Let's go to US East. Now, we're on the US East here, and again, we are, I didn't know we were in the top world set there. That's interesting. You just go by top world set. We are on Bouneima here. Now, once you've logged in there, by the way, it keeps your characters over here on the side, so you don't have to go into that each time. You can see I'm on US East. But if I go here and I click this, and I say US West, you can see I have 0 of 2 characters. So on US West, I can create 2 characters over there as well. And so on and so forth through all of them. And you can see it says it on the side here on all of these. Now, I'm not going to create multiple characters on multiple different places, everybody. That's just not going to happen. I'm going to have the 1 character and the 1 character only. So there we go. At least famous last words, everybody. Now, great thing is no queues. No queues right now on any server other than the most largest servers that I've seen, and very rarely on those as well. Because what happens in games is there's a lot of people who start playing a game, and then they play it like through as fast as possible, and then they stop playing it. like within a week or 2 weeks or 3. It's an MMO, everybody. You don't stop playing an MMO in a week. Usually you want to let it go and not rush it too much because you want to get your maximum value for your $60, man. I know I do. That's why I've been playing it slow. I want to get my maximum cash return for what I'm up to, if you know what I mean. Hey, what's up, Olaf? Thanks for being here. Kev coming in, showing some love. Appreciate that. So you can come and join us, Phils. If you want to join us, here's what you do. You go in and you join us right here by following those 3 simple steps right there. You go ahead and read the rules on our Discord. And I'll go ahead and pull that up for you here, right over here. Here's our Discord rules. So you go to my Discord here, following that link you'll find right there in the chat. You go to Kismet's Tycoon HQ. You go right there to rules. You go ahead and scroll up a little bit. You'll see that right there with a bunch of rules. You go up, read all the rules there, and there's like a little green check mark there, right? It's a little emote thing that you click on. Make sure that number does go up. I forget what the number is now. It's like hundreds and hundreds. I haven't even looked at it lately. What is it? It is 282 right now. So you go ahead and click on that green check mark. It'll give you a special title, Wasteland Tycoon, and also privileges to post in another area called Answer the Call. And that's in the New World area. And you put your name under Answer the Call, and then you will be on the roster. Now, I have like 3 slots left, so I suggest you get cooking and get in there and get that done before you miss your chance at the high school dance. Right there. So get your name on that roster. If your name is not on that roster, the first 100 people will be able to get into the guild in the next month. And anyone who doesn't get in the guild by November 30th, I will then be moving off into a waiting list, assuming that you're going to be inactive because you haven't contacted me about being active in the guild. All right? So very, very important to let me know, number one, that, hey, Kismet, I've got stuff to do. I got IRL stuff I got to take care of, but I still want to play the game. Or you can go ahead and let me know that, hey, Kismet, I'm not going to be able to play till after that time, and I'll come back later and play later on, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. Now, we've been talking so long right there that my town board has come back up again. So awesome. Awesome. I just want to have it default to company and stay on company. It always defaults back to global. There's a lot of stuff that defaults back. I need some green wood. All right, that's super easy. It defaults back to, the other thing it defaults back to is this right here. That right there. What I want to do is have it where this doesn't fade as quick, right? It doesn't fade as quick so that I can see messages that are coming through on the guild messages. Otherwise, I have to hit return and look. See, most games have the chat persistent, right? Where it'll always stay up there, which is how I prefer it to be. I always like to have the chat up in case someone hits a level and I can say GG or someone needs help or whatever it is. I can see that down here because this is not everybody goes in and talks via a voice. Actually, they've been real quiet. I don't know. Do I have them muted or something? Yeah, they've been super quiet in there. They've been super quiet in there. Maybe because I'm talking on and on. They're just letting me chat. But they can't hear me over there. They can't hear me in there when I'm talking to you guys. I have 2 different microphones, one for Discord and one for them. This way, if they're trying to communicate to each other, they don't have to listen to my entire stream. That'd be a little selfish, I think, everybody, to make them listen to the entire stream when they're trying to focus on something or they're in a group and they're trying to do whatever, even if they're just in a casual group running around. Now, if they're in an instance, we have 2 other areas for them to jump into, 2 groups they can go to when they're running instances and doing stuff like that, like portals and stuff like that. So they don't have too much crosstalk. There we go. Who says we can't hear you? I know. You can hear me on stream, but not all the time in Discord because I can see it because I have it up on my other monitors to see whether you can hear me right now. So there you go. So again, come and join us, everybody. We're going to have lots of fun, especially on our new server here. Again, the question was asked, why the server moved by Phil. Let me answer that question as well. The reason why we moved servers is, one, they locked our server down. So Tritonus, a week or so in, became so full that they locked the server down. So we had 90 members signed up to join us. Now, here's what happened. 40 of them got in, and then the other 40, the other half of the guild, could no longer create a new character on our server. So what happened? Well, now they have to go create a character on another server just to, wait for them to be able to get into our server. And so a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, they're over there leveling up, having a great old time, waiting for us to be able to transfer or transfer to another server. And then they came out with server transfers. And then the server transfers were broken. So I don't want people to get screwed up. Like some of my members weren't able to transfer because of the auction hall bug. But they, of course, they blocked the auction hall and blocked any transfers of items. So now, basically, it helped them, kind of a roundabout way of fixing that, but it now helped them transfer wherever they needed to go. But the transfers were broken, so then we had to wait another week and so on and so forth, and that's why we're like 4th, 5th week in now, and we can finally all be together on the same server. Now, we're also together with our larger allies. I happen to know Smashley and Burt Black and all the other peeps over there, who are like the general of the syndicate, at least in the eyes of New World, because they're a part of the Elite 66, as I like to call them. The 66 streamers that Amazon supported, and every other streamer who spent hundreds to thousands of hours promoting New World, they got 0. They got nothing. They got nothing for all that hard work. It is something, it's a corporate mentality, everybody, is to think that to just pick the top ones, and that's how you're going to get the most value, is a foolish thing. In fact, people make more money from a wide amount of stuff. From a wide thing, great example, Walmart. Walmart sells stuff for cheap, but they sell a lot, which is how they make lots of money. Or you can sell something for a lot and not sell much of it, right? It's the two different paradigms of life, right? Of selling and buying or promoting and whatnot. In this case, a lot of corporate people think, well, we just want the top 1% of everybody, and then everybody else, too bad, too sad. And so then they let you in the creator program. By the way, I've emailed them multiple times. I don't consider myself a real small streamer, but I'm definitely not a large streamer. I'm definitely not, especially not as much as I was in the past. I used to have, 100, 200 people in the channel, and we'd run around getting into trouble. And I've had up to 5,000 people. I've been on the homepage multiple times of Twitch and so on and so forth. Not to brag, but just saying that I've had some success. But even with that success, they'll consider me just a tiny streamer. And so they have not replied to my emails, and I'm just asking for a logo. It's not like I'm asking for $1 million or something. I'm just asking for the syndicate logo so I could use the logo in some advertisements and for the guild and stuff like that. And I know other people who run guilds want the logo for theirs. They want the Marauders one and the Covenant one and so on. And it just shows you lack of caring of everyone else. And it's just that mentality. That's a corporate mentality, everybody. I call it the Bob from accounting. You know who has that mentality? Discord. Discord has that mentality. I was with Discord forever. I have literally had thousands of people get Discord because of my stream and because of me promoting it to other streamers as well. They went and got Discord. I converted my entire guild over to Discord and everything over to Discord. And one time, literally thousands, tens of thousands of partners that they've had, they just swept them away like they were unimportant. Didn't care about them. Yeah, I'm an OG partner. One of the very first partners on Discord. And they swept me away like I was nothing. Because I didn't have enough activity on my Discord. I'm not going to go in there and make you guys go in there and create false activity so I can be a partner with Discord so I can get Nitro, which is worth $9 a month or whatever. I don't do that stuff, everybody. I feel like that's kind of sleazy and underhanded. And to do something purely on money, on some numbers on a spreadsheet, I can understand they're trying to make money over there. They're trying to stay in business. But there's also, when you build up a relationship with someone and they are the reason for your success, and then you forget about those people who were the reason that accelerated you to where you are today, that's when you've gone wrong, both in life and as a corporation. I feel like that's when you've gone wrong, big time. And so I am no longer a Discord partner. Nope, they said, sorry, Kismet, you missed off by 4 people. By 4 people, that's how much I missed. And I didn't even know it was a thing until a couple weeks before they were going to kick everybody. Had I known it was earlier, I would have started complaining about it earlier, but I would have never done that. Now, all your OG partners, all the partners who were there for you when your product launched and who was championing your product for all this time, now want nothing to do with you. I know I don't. I don't want anyone who would treat not only me, but all the other content creators that way. I don't want anything to do with them. That's why I don't use that other, which I'm not going to mention, that other bot in my chat, because that's how they treat people. If you're the top best of the best, well then we're all about supporting you. But if you're up and coming, well, we don't care about you until you're successful, right? They want to latch onto your success instead of being part of your success. It's very important to know the difference. Let me reiterate that. People who latch onto your success because they look at you like a turkey dinner, that they want to get a piece of you, those are the people you don't want to work with. The people who are there to facilitate your success and then revel in your success, those are the people you want to work with. Like, great example, Stream Elements, who have always been there for me from the very beginning. And who actually are a great reason of the success of my stream, and have always been there. Whether when I was a tiny streamer, when I wasn't even an affiliate yet, everybody. I mean, back then, yeah, way back in the beginning. And that's who you want backing you up. You want those people back. Now they've gone on to be a huge company, and they've gone on to have the top streamers on Twitch and YouTube and everywhere else now. But do they still treat me with respect every time I see them? Oh, absolutely. They absolutely say, "Hey, Kismet, how you doing? Oh, good to see you, man. One of our OGs. How you doing, man? Oh, I'm doing great. Great to see you. Oh, man. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are the best," right? And so I'll always have that right here. And I always talk about them in that way. And that is why you treat your people right. Because otherwise they're going to be like me now with Discord, where I want nothing to do with them, and I will rarely ever mention them as a company, and would absolutely not recommend working with them. Absolutely, because they have that corporate mentality. So they're going to discard you like you're a piece of trash when they don't need you anymore. Right? Because that's how they treated their people. People's actions are much more important than anything they say, everybody. They always got that standard boilerplate corporate thing that they pull out. Oh, we're sorry that we did the thing, right? No, they're not sorry. They're not sorry. They did it on purpose, and they wanted to, do this thing, and then they're gonna, make an apology for it later, and then they got away with it. That's exactly what they do. That's corporates do it all the time. They go, "Oops, our bad," and then they make up some excuse, and then they get away with it. That's how it goes. That's how corporate mentality is. I don't like that mentality. I think you should treat people like people. You should treat them with respect. You should treat them especially if they facilitated your success, right? That's why I always show so much love here on the stream. I appreciate everybody who hits the follow button, everybody who hits it. I mean, even 7 years in, with 25,000 strong here, almost 25,000 strong, and followers here on Twitch and so on, and I have millions of hours of views and yada, 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 and all of those stats and stuff. I still appreciate every single person that presses the follow button, every single person who comes in, drops bits, or boosts the channel, or whatever it is they do for that day. I appreciate that. And when you've lost that appreciation for the people who facilitated your success, now, my job is to facilitate my guild's success here, and I'm just kind of standing around. My goal today, everybody, is just to get everybody in the guild. So if I just stand here in town all day long, and people are like, "Kismet, I need to be added to the guild." Now, of course, I got my officers on, so it makes it way easier. My officers are doing an amazing job of getting everybody in. So I've had it pretty easy here with this move, because Warforged and Lady and everybody's been getting everybody in, and Anon's been helping out as well. And Jang had that issue, so he's in now, so he can add people in. But it's great to have people backing you up, right? And having the right people in the right positions backing you up is another tough thing in your life, everybody. Hiring people is difficult. It's very difficult to hire people to come in and do stuff, right? Because you never know. You never know if they're going to excel at that particular thing, or if that's not their best thing. Maybe their best thing is something else, and you probably should move them to their best thing instead of their worst thing, right? And I've worked with thousands and thousands of people. Any interested in AoE? What kind of AoE? You mean like this kind of AoE right here? Like that kind of AoE? Or are you talking about Age of Empires? There you go. Yeah, I love Age of Empires. In fact, I got it right here. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I don't have my Steam up in the background. I have the collector's edition, the updated version of Age of Empires in my favorites list to play at some point on the stream. I love Age of Empires. I was actually playing Age of Empires 4 last night till way early in the morning. I was playing till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. That's why I'm a little tired today. I woke up today like, I was playing it way too much. It is so incredibly good. I played it last week for a little bit on stream, which you can see in my, well, you can't see because I delete the schedule each week, but this way people don't get confused with a previous schedule with my current schedule. But yeah, I played it last week, and then I've been playing it off stream. And oh, so good, everybody. It's so incredible. It's such a fantastic, the whole entire series is fantastic. I've absolutely loved it. I've loved playing all of them along the way. Like Command and Conquer, Age of Empires, those are like, you know, foundations, the original Diablo and the Diablo series. Really, really good. I've never finished Diablo 2 and never finished Diablo 3 on top of that, but I did buy them. So I've been playing a little Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 on stream. But I've only got so much time in the day, everybody. One of the most important things to learn in your life, and this is from someone who's 51, is to prioritize what's most important. If you do a lot of all the things, you never get anything done. Believe me, I am very much that person who has so many things that I want to do that there's just not enough time to do them all. And the same thing with games, right? I can't play all the games. I can't sit here for 20 hours a day, everybody. It's just not good for my health. And I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you're 20 years old. It's still not good for your health at 20. It's just as much as not good for your health as 50 plus. It's good to take breaks and do all that stuff, which I'm about to break another 30 minutes. But it's good to take breaks and get up and walk around because it helps your circulation, helps your overall health. And of course, you know, what you're putting in your body also affects your overall health. Now, I'm no, vegan or, health nut or anything like that. I'm a steak and potatoes kind of guy. I'm a, normal type of dude. And I have a terrible addiction to sweets. I love sweets. I love chocolate. I love all that kind of stuff. But you got to go easy. Otherwise, you're like me. And then what'll happen, over 10 years, you gain 5 pounds 1 year. Then you gain another 5 pounds and another 5 pounds. And before you know it, you're 50 to 70 pounds overweight like me. And then all of a sudden you find yourself in bad health situation. And then what you got to do is you got to lose that weight. And it is so hard to recover, like from injuries, like my shoulder. It's going to take me a lot longer than if I was 20 or 10 or 16 like my kids. It's going to take me a lot longer to recover from it. And the same thing with your health. It takes you a lot longer to recover from it. And also, you're a lot less motivated. When you're young, you're motivated by the fact that you want to look good for your spouse or your girlfriend or just look good so, you're successful and whatnot than you are when you're older. Because it's so much harder. It is so much more difficult because your metabolism is slowing down. You're getting older. You're not in that prime anymore, especially for men. Women still in a prime. Still in their prime in their later stages, I think. And so on. Oh, Toggle! Absolutely. Let's get you in the friends list. In fact, let's get you in the guild, bro. Let's go. Bam. Yeah, there we go. See, this is the whole reason I'm sitting here talking to you guys, everybody, is to do that very thing right there. That's my job. That's what I do. There we go. Welcome, No Toggle. Oh, 1G. Do the Teamwork Tycoons. I love typing that, everybody. It's like my favorite thing to type. There we go. Love it. One of my favorite first no-life games years and years ago. Yeah, I played it last night, and I was waiting for some stuff to process, and it took forever. I just let it run after a while. And so I thought, well, I'm going to play a quick game of Age of Empires, which is never a quick game, everybody. And so I started I'd done the tutorial, and then I started the first campaign one. And I literally played the entire campaign, which is like 5 or 6 rounds of playing it. And I was just playing in easy mode, which I didn't even realize I was in easy mode. And I was just playing, and then I realized that it was like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And I started playing it, I don't know, about 9 o'clock at night, because I was waiting for some stuff to finish, and it went by like that. I mean, just like when I'm playing this game. I mean, look, 2 hours have gone by just by talking to you guys. I mean, that's how you know you're doing what you love to do. If it feels like 5 minutes went by and hours have gone by, that means you like that person. That means that you enjoy what you're doing, that you're having a good time. That's my sense of a good time, as if time is going by very, very quickly. And the older you get, the faster that time goes, everybody. It goes real fast. Now, of course, when you work at a place that you don't like, that time goes really, really slow. It's like, oh, God, this day just will not end. I know what that feels like, too. Or when you're having a bad day, you're at work, and things are all going off the rails. And like in my case, as a graphic designer, we use processors. And that's usually, if you're having a bad day, if someone jams something in the processor. Because now you got to go in there you got to go get, there's a crane that you crane, not like a big crane like one you use for a house, but a crane, a little mini crane that you use to pull the rollers out. And then you got to pull the film out of there. And now you got fixer all over your hand, which you're going to smell like fixer for at least a couple weeks. That's a solvent that develops the film. And then so you pull the film out of there, and one of your interns probably did that, or your apprentices is what they called them in my day. And then you throw that film away. So now you just wasted some material. So now you just up the cost of that particular job, which you never want to do. You want to keep it as low as possible so the company makes as much profit as possible, so they make money and you make money and everybody's making money and they don't go out of business. It's very important anywhere you work. So the more that happens, the less money that everybody's making in general. That's when you know, and you start hearing click, 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 click. Ah, God. There goes the processor. You run in here, turn the processor off, you pull it out, you say, dude, how'd you feed it in there? I fed it in like this. You didn't feed it in straight because it went in crooked and it got made. So next time you do it, make sure you're feeding it straight. You got to explain the same thing over. I mean, I've explained that 1,000 times. Everybody. Interns. Always making your life tough. But then after you do that and you put it back in, you got to redo it, you got to restart it, you got to re-output it again. Now it's going to take 30 minutes to re-output, 20 minutes. So sometimes it takes hours to output stuff in those days. And you would output it and then take it and reprocess it and redo it and get a thing, make a proof made, get it to the client. Client looks at it, says it's okay, then it's good. Then you take the film, you send it to the press. The press then takes it, burns it onto a plate. The plate then goes onto the press. The press then impresses it like a big stamp onto the thing, whatever you're making. Could be a cereal box, could be a poster, could be a billboard. Those actually are electrostatically printed, which is pretty cool. Or it could be a t-shirt, comic book, whatever it is that you're trying to produce, eventually goes through that entire gigantic process just to be made. There's a huge process behind there. And the most important thing that I can do if you want to be an artist or a graphic designer is don't worry about the tools that you use. The tools are just a means to the end, just like computers, right? Computers, I don't care if it's PC, Xbox, I don't care if it's Mac, I don't care what kind of thing it is. To me, it's just like a screwdriver and a wrench. It's a tool that I use to do a thing, right? I don't care. I'm not super brand loyal, though there are some better brands than other brands. I'm just going to throw it out there. I certainly would not want to go on a Microsoft rocket to outer space. That's for sure. Think about how many times your Windows computer has crashed in your lifetime, everybody. I've been around computers since they started. Just think how many times that computer has crashed. Would you want to go on a Microsoft funded rocket to outer space, or would you want to go on a Google one or an Apple one? If they were all the same price, right? Yeah, think about that, everybody. I would definitely, if it was my life on the line, then, it'd be something different. But I just use it for a tool. Like I have 2 custom PCs. It's Windows-based, no big deal. And they are constantly having issues, especially every time I have a Windows update. I have to redo my sound and redo my whole setup every single time. It's so obnoxious. And that's one of the things, that's the thing you trade for getting something cheap. Is the fact that it doesn't have that quality that something else would have, right? And so that's something that I always look at in everything that I do. It's just it's just a tool in doing that particular thing. Same thing with software. So as a graphic designer, to circle back around, as a graphic designer, the most important thing to learn, or an artist in anywhere, is the techniques, is the why you're doing something, not the how. The how is something you can learn. You can learn that online. You can watch a YouTube video. You can take courses at a university or your local college or whatever it is. The how is the easy part. The why you're doing it is the vital part. That's the part to know. Why are you going in and setting trapping? What is trapping? You know what that is? Some of you do. I know some of you are printers back in the day, like me. Trapping has to do with the fact that if you have 2 colors that are laying over each other like this, and they move, you'll see the white of the paper, right? That's what trapping is. So what it does is it actually puts color underneath it, so if it moves, you don't see it. That's what trapping is. That's it. That's all that it is, everybody. That's why they put a tiny little overlap, and you'll see it. Next time you go to your cereal box, go to your cereal boxes and look for the little, where the 2 colors kind of overlap each other, where they match up. That's so it doesn't show white lines around there. Otherwise, you have white lines around all the colors because a printing press is going at thousands and tens of thousands of revolutions per minute. So when that sucker's being stamped onto that cereal box, man, it's just as fast as they could possibly keep that thing running. That's as fast as they're going to do it, because the faster they get it done, the more money they make, because they take less time. They got to pay people less salary, etc., etc. You get the idea, right? That's how business works. So that's why they have that trapping, is so they can run it at the maximum speed, and if it does move, You won't see it that much. It's most obvious on cereal boxes. Cereal boxes have a huge offset. But because they've now come out with digital printing, where you don't even need the film anymore, you go directly to the plate, it's actually a lot better now in today's technology. And then, of course, they have just straight direct to printing now, where you just basically just print the thing out instead of actually even using the presses in a lot of cases, or it's just online. And then online, you don't need trapping because it's not moving online, right? It's not like the colors are going to move unless you make them do that. But then again, that's just a small example of graphic design. So the hows is not as important as the whys. Why are you doing something? Always start from the end. What is the end product you're going to create, right? Are you going to create a cereal box? Well, what do you need to do? Well, cereal boxes are printed flat. They're not printed folded up, everybody. That would be very hard to do. They're printed flat, and then they're what's known as die cut. They're cut out. So you need to create the die cut, what shape the box is going to be, and sometimes you do unique shapes that fold into really cool stuff, like those things you used to go... Remember those things where you did the 1, 2, 3, 4, and you checked your fortune, and then you turned the thing up to see what it was? Oh, so-and-so loves you, or whatever. I used to make those for my kids, you know, and you open those things up when they were little. Stuff like that, little origami style thingies. Very, very fun. But I've done a lot of that stuff, really complex die cuts and ways that things fold, but it's flat. And then you need to go, okay, well, what needs to be on there? Well, you got to have your ingredients on there. You got to have all that stuff. You got to have a lot of the regulation stuff on there, like barcodes and things like that, that make things on. Same thing with CDs and DVDs back in the day. You'd have to have barcodes and everything that identify that product, and then what the product was, so that when it went to the retailer and the retailer hit that thing, they made that money, right? They want to charge that money. Now, if you made that barcode a little smaller, those little bars are going to be a little smaller, meaning there'll be a whole different number. So when they hit that, you in trouble then, because you got to think they just printed millions of those. Yeah, do not shrink barcode sizes down. Do not do that. I've never done that, but I know people who have done that. And that cost them crazy tons of cash, everybody. You hear all these horror stories in my business, everybody. All these horror stories of people not thinking of the very end. And the very end, what's the end product of making a CD? It's not the actual label that's in that. The end product is to sell that product. That is the end product, is for them to take that DVD and sell it to a customer. And to sell it to a customer, that barcode needs to be right. If that barcode is not right, then you are screwed. So that's why you start there first, right? You start with the end and work your way backwards. Okay, when they scan this barcode, it's going to be at 100%. It's going to be right. When they look at the graphics, they're going to be able to read the graphics and understand what's on that CD or DVD or whatever. And that's what I did back in the day, everybody. I did a lot of that. Now, of course, you buy everything online. You buy everything. You don't have all of that stuff anymore, which is why I'm not in that business anymore. You want to, businesses rise and fall over time, everybody. And you got to think, get your money while you can. And it's same thing with streaming, everybody. Rise and fall. Something else will come along. It will eventually. Absolutely. I'll do it as long as I can. As long as I'm alive, I'll continue to do what I love to do. And there we go. Love it. One of my first no-life games years and years ago. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge no-lifer, man. I'm a huge no-lifer back in the day. But then again, that's why I lost a few girlfriends and whatnot. And that's a story for a different day. Very obsessed with work when I was in my 20s, everybody. Very, very obsessed. And really not attached to anybody. Even family and friends. I was not attached at all. Did not care if other people lived or died. Just thought about myself all the time. Not in a mean, irritating, jerk way, but in a I'm young and I only care about what I want way. What am I doing? I am crafting stuff. That's what I'm doing. That's why I went to get that wood. I'm crafting some stuff for the auction, for the town board. And again, my goal today is not really to do anything other than, I've hit 60 so you guys can see it on stream, but just to be around. To be around so people could add me to their friends list and to get in the guild. That is my purpose. That is my purpose today. And that's why I have this stream today as opposed to usually at nighttime. Because we've moved and everybody's moving over now. And then all the people who weren't able to join us can now come and join us in New World, which is awesome. Awesome. And now we're going to dominate this server, as you can see. with our larger allies. Now, one of the things, if it does, if your faction does own that particular town, make sure to grab all your extra loot right here. All your fiber, and I got some crossweave there. And then if we run over here, I think it's over here. Oh, man, I can't even remember. It's been so long since I collected this stuff. Where's that other one? I thought there was another one around here somewhere. Don't tell me. I'll find it. I'll hunt it. There it is right there, right by the auction hall. You get some honey as well. Bam, free honey there. Very nice. Plus 18. And there's something else. There's a cow around here you can milk as well. And there's something else which I can't remember somewhere. If you remember, oh, the well, here, right here. And then you can also get stuff from the well. Now, not only water, by the way, sometimes I get other items. Not today. But sometimes you get other items as well as, by the way, when you're out running around looking for chests, because there's like 3 different modes of quests in this game. I mean, from the very beginning to the very max level. And that is the 3 things. Collect chests, kill a certain amount of mobs, or kill a boss. That's it. Sorry. That's pretty much every single town board quest. Is one of those 3 things. Now, you know, this is a big game, so, you know, oh, look at that. Boom. We're back right at it again. This is a big monumental game. So that's how it's starting now. Hopefully later on they add more variety of quests and they do all that stuff. And they're super successful, so that's good because you guys made them successful by joining the game and getting in the game, and we've definitely given them lots of love here in the stream. That is for sure. And so they've been hugely successful, and they're continuing to be successful, which is great. In fact, they're actually the top MMO right now in terms of concurrent users who are actually playing the game all day, every day. This game is very addicting, which is great. That's what you want. You want an MMO to be somewhat addicting, not so much that your life crumbles around you, but enough that you think about playing the game. That's how you know it's a great game. Like Age of Empires. I was thinking about playing. I was like, man, that game is so great. And we played just the tutorial, and I knew I was already hooked. just for the tutorial. Now, the new Age of Empires, by the way, the Age of Empires 4, has a whole storyline that goes along with it, too, in the campaign mode. And it tells you about the story and about the real history of those particular areas and who did what and, you know, which king rise and fell and the family members of those kings and queens and all that. I don't want to spoil all of it, but basically it tells you a bit about the real history of those particular areas. And I was playing through the England one. Man, they had a lot of backstabbing and a lot of kings and queens and people not doing right things and screwing this guy over and that guy screwing that guy over and whatnot. Standard humans. Standard humans screwing each other over. You'd think at some point we could get over that, right? We could evolve past that as human beings. Instead of trying to screw each other over all the time, we might actually work together. You know, if we did, maybe we could do something like, you know, go to outer space. Oh, wait, we already did that. Oh, maybe we could make like a space station where we got people right now floating around the planet up there right now. Oh, wait, we did that too. Maybe we could have different agencies that could launch rockets and then re-land them again. Oh, wait, we got that now too. All because of all the genius of every culture across the world working together. And that is the thing I hope I see in my lifetime, is that coming together of the entire planet. Now, of any time that should be accentuated by everyone, it is during a pandemic, and during which you realize that everybody in the planet is actually interconnected. It's like the roots of trees, everybody. You know, the largest living organism on the planet is actually a grove of trees. Did you know that? I know that. The things you learn along the way watching some Discovery Channel, for sure. Also, I think it was in a movie, too. Wasn't that in a movie? I think it was, as well. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I think it was in a movie. But that's just an interesting thing to think about, right? To think about if we all work together in a connective way, the amazing things that we could do. And again, I hope that comes to light at some point. Because I find that humans are inherently selfish. That's their default mode. Like, you know how you switch your different modes on your, maybe on your microphone or maybe on different stuff. Their default mode is to think only of themselves. It's called self-preservation. That's understandable. You know, you want to try to survive, try to live, and whatnot. But as you go on in life, you'll realize there's more than just that. There's more than just you on this planet. And you'll start to think about others in that way as well. In the fact that there's other people on the planet, and then you might want to care about them too. And then about caring about them also cares about yourself as well. It always comes back to you. Helping others, it's a big circle, everybody. It always comes back to you when you help other people. And in ways that you wouldn't even expect as well. In ways you probably don't even think about, which is pretty amazing. I've seen it happen time and time again. I've helped people just randomly. Like one time it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was working super late at work because that's the way I was when I was young. And I drove up and I got a real nice car. And I had the top down because I'm a foolish young person. It's 3 o'clock in the morning in LA, right? And there's no one around. I mean, this person could have came up there, stabbed me, and no one would have ever found this person. And I was parked there, and I was filling up my gas tank, and I saw someone come out of the dark, man. They literally just appeared out of the dark with a gas can. And I was assuming that they broke down and they're walking over here to get some gas. And so I'm filling my tank. He's like, hey, man, do you mind if I get some gas from you? I'm like, no, no problem. Come on over here. And then I took it out of there, and he thought I was going to put it away. And I said, no, I'm taking it out of here to fill up your gas can. Bring it over here, man. I'll fill it up for you. And then I filled it up for him. He goes, oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I said, you have a great night, man. He's like, oh, take it easy. I'm like, see you later. And then I put the gas thing away, and I drove away. And I thought how stupid that was to fill up my tank at 3:30 in the morning, that person could have literally killed me, stole my car, and I'd be dead now. But then again, that's the cynical part of your brain because you know those people exist. Don't fool yourself, everybody. The crazy people look just like the normal people, just so you know. And this is something I've had to reiterate to my children who have not really experienced evil people. I know evil people. I've run into them in my lifetime. You know that they have no feelings. They have no empathy. There are people in this world, everybody, that don't care whether you live or die. They have no feelings about it. They have no morals. They have nothing to stop them from doing the most extreme things in the world. They're called psychopaths. And they have no emotional grounding. There's nothing there that tells them, hey, this is a bad thing. Don't do this thing. And there are a lot of those people, which is really scary. And if you live in a town like I do, or a city, with millions of people, you run into those people all the time. It is a scary fact of life that there are those people out there right now. They have no sense of morality. They have no sense of right and wrong. They have no sense that, hurting someone or, stealing or doing all that stuff has any repercussions, right? Repercussions both for them or for the people that they are sabotaging by doing dumb things like they do, right? It really sucks when people do stuff like drinking and driving. It's totally preventable. And then they don't die. They don't die in a car accident. You know who dies in a car accident? All the other people. All the moms and dads who are just driving their kids around, taking them to school, going to get groceries, or whatever it is, doing their standard stuff. That's who gets killed. That's the way the world works, everybody. It ain't fair. And life ain't fair. It ain't ever going to be fair. That's just not the way it works. If you want to have the reality, you got to face reality if you're going to live. And the fact that life is not fair. The people who should die don't, and the people who shouldn't die do. The kind, caring people, those are the people who get killed by the stupid actions of the callous and the uncaring. And that is just the human condition. So you got to live with it, everybody, because you can't change the rules. The rules is as they are. There we go. I'm SwiftX. Can I friend you? I don't know. Are you going to come join us? You're going to come join us, Half Fan, in the guild? You're welcome to friend me anyway. I don't mind you friend me. But make sure that you are on the guild roster if you do want to be invited to the guild, which is why I asked that question. Because you have to be on the guild roster, and the way to get on the guild roster is to very easily go in there. You mean Avatar? I don't know what you're talking about. The game Avatar or the series Avatar? Like from James Cameron? Or it could be the last Avatar Airbender 1? I don't know. If you don't spell it out, I'm not going to know what you mean. So spell it out. There you go. The tree thing that you were talking about. No, I'm talking in real life. The largest living organism in the world is a tree. Because they share root systems. Yeah. Look it up. I'm on the internet. Go ahead. I mean, you can look it up just as easy as I can. That's the largest living organism in the world. Because they are sharing root systems, which means they are one single being. So there you go. I see that they said it in the movie Avatar. I don't know, maybe. I don't remember the movie Avatar. It was a long time ago that sucker came out, everybody. I wasn't that into it. I don't know. I was okay. Some people are like, oh my God, it's the greatest movie of all time. I'm like, I actually much prefer Abyss. I love that movie. That movie's great. That's my type of movie. That's the type of movie I see that one on. Remote gets set down. It drives my wife crazy. There's certain movies that I see that I'll watch over and over, and I'll just set the remote down every time I see those movies. But then again, she'll sit and watch the Hallmark Channel over and over again for endless hours, which is the same exact script on every single show. Oh, it's so irritating. My daughters watch that too. Oh, it's like the same exact. Well, the girl gets in trouble. She falls in love with the guy. The guy doesn't love her. They don't know. They're getting in this situation where it's all dramatic and the thing. And that's why they have unrealistic. Guys are not that complex, ladies. They don't got much going on up there. They literally have nothing going on up there. There is nothing going on. We're not thinking about you. We're not thinking about all of that stuff. You know what we're thinking about? We're thinking about we want food, we want hungry, or we're hungry, or we want something else, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's guys in a nutshell. They're not thinking of a lot of stuff. Guys are not very complex, especially when they're young. There's not much going on up there, everybody. And then you might be thinking about your job from time to time. Or, being better at whatever you want to do, right? So, yeah. And some people, they'll watch the same shows over and over and over. I don't watch TV for that reason, because the problem is that they're just the same scripts done over and over in different situations, different stuff. I mean, I can recognize this 5 minutes into a show, or even 3 minutes into a show. I can say, oh, this is just like that other movie I watched, or just like that other sitcom I watched. Now, there are some exceptions, like Big Bang Theory is a great one. That's very uniquely different, though some of those situations are the same as other stuff. And there's a lot of other things that are like that are very unique. And I watch that with my wife because that's a smart show, right? Not just in intelligence, but smart in the way that it's written. It's written very well. A lot of shows are not written very well. They're written to the lowest common denominator, everybody. The person who is just sitting at home and who doesn't want to think very much. They don't want to think very much because that's their pastime, right? It's like playing this game. Do you want to be doing physics calculations while you're doing this game? Some of you. But not everybody. Everybody don't want to be doing math all day long while they're sitting here doing this, unless you're playing some Satisfactory, because that's super fun. But that's not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody going to want to play Satisfactory because they don't want to do the math part of it. Right? I do. I love that part. That's my favorite part. Is optimizing and making my factory look awesome. Now, by the way, tomorrow, we are going to start up our very first and one of the very first Satisfactory mega servers multiplayer with 20 players. You can come and join us. So make sure to come join me tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not going anywhere yet, everybody. I'm just running around waiting for people to ask me to join them to the guild. But that is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So make sure to come and join me. I have already tested it, made sure it's working. Speaking of friend requests, there we go, Swift. I got you. I got you. Are you on the list? Let's see. Do you actually want to be added in? What is the largest organ in the human body? The brain. The brain is the largest organ. See, I'm not even that smart, everybody. I've just been around for a long time. I don't consider myself super smart. I consider myself hardworking smart. Oh, yes, you're right. It's the skin. That's right. It's the skin. See, sometimes even I'm wrong. Now, here's another great thing in life, everybody. If you're wrong, especially like me, I forget stuff because I have sleep apnea. I literally, if you come up to me and tell me your name, 10 seconds later, I will forget. I'm like that 10-second Tom that's from the 51st Dates where he forgets stuff every 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm that guy. Now, I actually knew that. I actually knew that it was the skin, but I said the wrong thing because that's what my brain pulled from out of there, right? But if you make a mistake in life, here's what you do. My bad, I made a mistake. That's right, I said the wrong thing. I meant skin, but I said the other thing. But that's okay, I made a mistake. And then you give yourself the opportunity to learn. It's when you don't act like you made a mistake. It's when you feel like you know it all and you say, oh, I know everything. I don't need to be told anything. I know what's right and what's wrong, right, in life, or I know what's true and what's not true, and I know what's correct, and I know that it's this way and it's only this way. And this is the only way. Now you just boxed yourself in. Now you do not have the ability to learn anything. I love to learn new stuff every single day. That is my favorite thing. I love learning new stuff. I love to progress as a human being, to level up in real life as a human being. Not just in knowledge, but also in how I treat people and how I understand stuff and the perspectives I gain in life. Perspective is your most important thing as a human being, everybody, is to have the perspective of not only from you, but all the other people that you've met and the influences you've learned from their culture and their background and the people that they are, and the crazy ones too, right? You're going to learn a little perspective of what it's like to be a crazy person, and watch out for those people. And then also the people who are kind. And there's a lot more kind people out there than people run into, I find. Most of the time they remember all the jerks and they don't remember all the kind people. Because not too many people care whether you exist at all. Do you really care if I exist? Some of you, maybe. Some of you care. Come and show the love. And some of you are just like, hey, Kismet, what up? Right? And that's okay. You can be however you want. I'm not saying you have to, oh, Kismet, I love you, bro. I got to be your buddy every second. It's a lot to bring someone into your little part of your world, right? Because it requires a lot of effort. Because if you want to keep those friendships up, you gotta keep them going. What up, everybody? Let's actually kill some mobs. Let's go. What up over here? Get him in there and try out my new glove. Come on. Oh, it interrupted me. There we go. Wiped them all out. Bam! Now that one's dead from when I come out of there, and then it just leaves the big guy here. I don't even know if I need to kill this guy or not. Oh, I do. That's my actual quest. I guess I could have looked up there and read it first. But yeah, I had to kill that guy, but I thought I'd just kill everybody in there, because now what I'm going to do is grab all the boxes, even though I don't need them for the quest. And then I'm going to grab this silver and run around and grab me some loot. Now, this is my kind of my relaxing faction circle, faction quest circle. That I just absolutely love doing it. I don't know. I don't need the silver. I don't need all this stuff, but this is why I have thousands of silver, and I give it away to my members so they can craft stuff. And all the new peeps who are coming in now and who are making their way up as well. There you go. Yeah, see? Now, some people also try to prove you wrong and then try to prove how smart they are by trying to treat you how dumb you are. Now, you don't want to do that either, because that's tearing other people down to make yourself feel better about yourself. I highly suggest to not do that as either, because that could very easily turn into that, where you're like, oh, well, you were wrong. I know more than you. I'm smarter than you. You don't want to do that either, everybody, because people aren't going to like you. People are going to really avoid you like the plague. Nobody likes a smartass or someone who wants to, prove how wrong you are. If you're busy proving other people wrong, there's something wrong with you. If there's something inside you that makes you have to prove how smart you are, you need to check yourself. You need to check why that is. Why do I have to prove to everybody that I'm smart, or that I'm good enough, or that I'm pretty enough, or whatever it is? Why are you doing that? Doesn't matter. You answer to no one. You answer to nobody. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to be the best looking. You don't have to be the richest. You don't have to do any of that. In fact, you don't want people telling you what to do all day long. You want people to tell you what kind of socks you should wear today? What kind of music you should listen to? I don't think so. I don't think anybody should be telling you what to do. Now, of course, if you need a little help along the way when you're young, with your family, and your parents should be telling you a little bit what to do, because they should be training you for the real world, not for this little fake world that you're in under their support. Because what's going to happen at some point in your life is you're going to have to support yourself, and you're going to have to be resilient and a strong individual. Like my daughters, I teach them to be strong, independent women, that they can go and take care of themselves, they can do their own laundry, they can make their own food, and they can go out and hold a job down where they show up on time, and they are very responsible for what they do. They get their homework done. Those type of things are vitally important to get it to such a point that you don't even think about it anymore. It's a habit, as opposed to something you have to think about. Oh, I got to get my homework done today. Or you don't even think about it. You come home, you open your books up, you get your homework done, you're done. Now you can go on to all the other fun stuff you want to do, right? That's how it should become. It should become such a routine that you don't think about it. It's like breathing or putting your blinkers on when you're driving. Some of you, you know what I'm talking about. Those who don't put your blinkers on. I don't even think about putting my blinker on. I put it on every single time. I don't think about it. It's a habit when I'm driving, right? It should be something you don't even have to, use your brain power on. It should become a habit. Just same thing with like cleaning your room, brushing your teeth, going in, taking a shower, taking care of yourself. All of that stuff should be automatic. It should be something you don't think about every day. It's just a routine that you do. It's an upkeep. Now, another thing also is taking care of your health, right? Working out, going for little walks, things like that. That's what I do to try to keep my health up. And at 50 years old, I can tell you, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Because what you really want to do is you want to default to the standard mode of being a couch potato and not doing that stuff, because that takes effort. Where if you don't do anything, that doesn't do any effort. But then again, you start gaining weight, like me. I've actually gained a bunch of weight back now and whatnot. Because I've been trapped inside because of the pandemic. I don't want to go out because I don't even need even more medical issues. Even if I don't die from coronavirus, I could have lung problems or other issues that could come from that because I'm in a high group because of my other medical conditions that could cause me to get ill. And if I do get ill, I have trouble recovering from it. So, yeah, all of that really adds a huge factor to me not going around and hanging around people. Not that I really went out and was out partying all the time anyway. It's not like I was out, running around town at 50, but you know how it is. So there you go. Live watches loves the CSI. Yes, my family watches CSI as well. In fact, they'll watch the same episode over and over. I mean, I come down here and I know it's the same episode because the last time I walked by the TV, I could see they were watching that episode. They'll watch the same one over and over. It's like they have it on loop. Just think of all the hours that were wasted doing that. Now, people are like, Kismet, games is wasting your time. No, games is an interactive, fun thing. It's actually, you are the hero of your story. When you're watching TV or a movie, you're not the hero of the story. When you're reading a book, you're the hero of the story because it's you. You're 2,000 or 20,000 leagues below the sea. You're Gandalf or you're Frodo or you're whatever because it's in your imagination. You're that person. You're taking on that persona. But when you're watching TV, it is just mindless stuff. You're not doing anything. You're not interacting with it. You're just watching it unfold. And most of the time, you already know the whole story anyway for the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes of whatever you're watching, you know the whole entire, you know how it's going to happen, right? Because like every other story has ever been told, especially with TV. TV is hugely recycled. I mean, massively recycled. And that's why I don't watch much TV. I actually spend about, I think it's like $75 a month. $75 a month so my wife could have all the channels and all of that. And I rarely ever watch it. So I don't get any benefit from that money. I rarely ever watch it. Occasionally I'll watch stuff, but now I watch stuff. I watch Twitch more than I watch TV. And I watch like YouTube videos and try to learn stuff. Like say my kids have broken something again. Like my toilet they've broken my doors, they've broken the drywall, they've broken doorknobs. Because they're slamming the doors or they bump into it or they hit something with it or they break this or they break that. Believe me, costs you a fortune. Costs you a fortune to have children because you're always fixing stuff. I can't wait till they move out and then I can buy stuff and then don't have to replace it for like 20, 30 years. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, so TV, yeah, exactly. That's where I was going, Dragon. Very, very astute. So it's a very passive thing that you're doing, and that's why I've always loved games. I'm the oldest gamer. I'm telling you, I'm the OG. I'm the gamer. My first gaming console was the first gaming console, the Magnavox Odyssey, in the early 70s, 50 years ago. That's how long I've been a gamer, everybody, my whole entire life. And I've always loved it. I've always loved it. I don't care. Kids made games are for kids. Oh, no, they ain't. Games is the number one entertainment in the world right now, and I knew it back then that it would eventually grow to be that today. Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. Oh, I need some flint. Oh, that's one of my quests right there. Oh, I should have been picking all that up. All right, what else do I need to do out here? I need to do something else over here. I need to search chests. Oops, I forgot to get my chests over here. And again, I'm not doing anything serious today, everybody. I'm just being around. I'm just being around in case someone needs to add me in there. Now, let's go see. Did you, Half-Fan, did you need an invite to the guild? Did I add you to the guild already? Let me know in the chat. Or you just added me to friends. Let me know. Let me know in the chat so I can appropriately set you up. Let's go see. let's go see, because I have a roster that has everybody in it, including their nicknames. So if they're under another name, it'll tell me. Oh my God, why is that so zoomed in? Holy mackerel! That is way too zoomed in. There we go. I can also search for you. I can just search for half. Nope, doesn't find you on the roster. Doesn't find you on the roster. Did you go in and put in answer the call? Nope, don't see you on there either. Oh, I got to put Kevin in there. Now, Kevin's a longtime member of mine. I saw he's going to join us as well, so awesome. Let's put him as number 98. 2 slots left. 2 slots left, everybody, and then the guild is officially full, and you will go automatically onto a waiting list. So there you go. So if you do want to join us, just to friends. All right, awesome. Awesome. Okay. So let's keep on going. Now, I was supposed to grab some chests while I was over here at Pride to Puckett this way, and I just happen to know where some's at. I guess I could heal myself. That might work good. Sometimes I don't even bother putting the turret down because they die so quickly. I just AoE them down and then zap them. Zap them. Again, not doing anything serious. Now, later on today, everybody, we are going to be doing some PvP gear runs. We're going to try to get everybody geared up. And that's why I'm not really, really heavily going into getting geared up and whatnot, because I'd love to do that with the crew. Help all the members run around. Ladies going to be doing that later, so feel free to join us around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that. And I'm just going to be just running around, just hanging out. Oh, there's no chest in here. Running around, hanging out today, just try to get some basic stuff done. Just trying to hit that level 60, which I did. Use my new level 60 gear, which is fun. Oh, later, bro. See you later, bro. Oh, already got them all. Okay, got all that done. We out. Man, we were running around so long, just talking to my house. Oh, hold on. Hold on now. By the way, if you cancel that, it doesn't cool down your house. I can still transfer to my house. So if you interrupt it before it finishes, it does the timer after you finish. So the second it gets to the end, that's when it counts that you've now traveled back to your house. So I usually just spacebar, jump out of it, and then grab whatever I need and then teleport in. So you can't interrupt it. So there we go. Your first Atari was an Atari 400? Awesome. Yeah, I had Commodore VIC-20. I had the very first Atari, the very first one. Let's see. Commodore, Amiga, Apple, Windows, Timex Sinclair, the original Apple II before it was the Apple E. My family had that one. And God, all the other computers since then and consoles since then. every bit of them, except for a few along the way. I did have a PS1, which we played some Grand Theft Auto on. It was a lot of fun. We played it at work. It was pretty fun. You're like, Kevin, how can you play games at work? Well, I'm the boss. So there you go. I know, I'm a cool boss, right? Obviously, you got to get your work done. And then once we got the work done, then we would play games. It was pretty fun. Very, very fun. And then I also have LAN parties on the weekends and things like that. We'd invite another company which actually did professional LAN parties. They would do them at different hotels and whatnot. We invited them in to do LAN parties with us in my thing. Man, that's a lot of fun. That is really, really fun for sure. Lots of fun, Rooney. I've actually won those LAN tournaments. Before Dr. Disrespect was winning his stuff, I was already winning tournaments, everybody. I love the Doc, though. He's so good at what he does, man. He is a really, really fantastic entertainer. And yes, I can talk about Doc on Twitch as long as I don't show him on Twitch and playing games with him on Twitch. I can talk about him. They're not that crazy. But yeah, an excellent performer. Now, some of his life choices not so great, as everybody in life at some point, everybody. Just so you know, nobody is perfect. Certainly I'm not. But yeah, his life choices probably not that great. But then again, sometimes when you have that success, and I know what it's like to have great success, that can go to your head, right? You start getting that a little bit of egotistical, I can do no wrong thing going on. And that is a dangerous thing. Now, I've never really fallen for that in my life, but I know where that goes, and I know how easy it is to slip into that. That you think you can do anything that you want, and it's not going to have any repercussions. I'm talking about drugs, alcohol, cheating around with other people, all that stuff. The bill comes due, everybody. It does every time without exception. The bill comes due. Now, speaking of the bill that comes due, I have children that are on the way home, and I need to very quickly open the door for them because I don't leave my doors unlocked because I'm not crazy. I'm going to go ahead and bump over here. Misclick. I'm going to bump over here and quickly vanish, and I shall be... Or actually, let me let you guys enjoy some of my stream highlights, and then I'll be back. Take a quick break. Ouchie McOuchie. I'm back, everybody. Sorry for that delay. I was talking to my kids and my family. I like to check up with them during the day. I did see I got an invite. Our friend's request there. I saw you, Sonny. Let's get you in, bro. Boom. There we go. Sonny in. I know he's on the list. Anybody else who has not been invited? Now, again, the purpose of today's stream, everybody, or me just chilling out, is that, one, everybody can see me on stream, but also so I can invite my members in. Now, this friends list is funky as all get out, because when I scroll down the friends list, people who are actually online jump up to the thing. It's like it's checking it while I'm rolling over them, as opposed to checking it as it should check it while it's while I'm actually when I first open up the thing. So it doesn't check it unless you kind of roll over it. So then I can go ahead and go down each and every person who's in my friends list here and see if they need an invite to the company. Oh, right there, Swift. But you're just a friend, not an invite. Let's see. See, now I have to remember that, too. I have to remember that. So if I forget, remind me later. And again, anybody else? Now, you can't invite people even when they're offline. I can invite them to the company. So welcome, Sonny. Welcome to the Teamwork Tycoons. There we go. All right, so I was collecting some wood over here, and we're going to get this finished up. So great to see you, Sonny. Now, I think you were on the list. If you're not on the list, I must have screwed up then. But I think I saw you on the list. Yeah, I think you're a number 90-something. Yeah, number 93. Remember number 93 on the roster. There you are. You're in and ready to rock. Cool, I can mark you off as actually in the guild. Let me go back here and... say yes. Now, one of the things that I do as the leader, everybody, is I do monitor a lot of things, like what members need, what level they are, when they join the guild, a lot of that kind of stuff. Just kind of like guild management. And I manage the guild roster, which means, what people's member number are, what their kind of focus of their gameplay is. You can update all that stuff under roster info on my Discord. And then I update that every week or so. I don't do it every single day. Obviously, I got things to do, everybody. But I do update that usually on the weekends, along with a bunch of other stuff like my schedule for the week and all of that stuff. I do update that stuff on the weekend. So basically, my job is just to be sitting around here trying to get members in. We're at 30 members now. That's pretty good. Pretty good transfer. Now, some members might decide not to join us. Some members might decide to stop playing the game. But then again, there's a whole bunch of members that never got in the game, were never able to join us in game because they were blocked. In fact, half the entire guild was blocked from being able to create a new character on our server. So they had to create a character elsewhere. And so now they're transferring onto this server. And we've transferred off of Tritonus now onto Bouneima. Not Bouneima. Bouneima server. So if you do want to join us, feel free to come and join us on this server. Whether you create a new character, you're welcome to come join us, or if you transfer over a character that you have might have on another North America East server, They did originally say that you can switch regions, but they did say now that you can't switch regions, and that they're going to find a way of making that work now because it was such a huge feature. And they basically screwed over all the people who they said, hey, well, you can go to any server you want. And so then they went to any server they wanted that was low pop, could be another region, and then they played on that server while they were waiting for the server transfer to come. And then the server transfer comes along, they're level 60 or whatever, and then now they can't transfer their server. So literally, say 300 hours worth of gameplay was now useless. Not good. Not a good direction to come from. So now they said, oh, we're working on it. We'll get it working at some point. But again, thank you, good old John, for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. My name is Kismet. They call me the Gaming Tycoon because I play a lot of games. I'm the OG, the original gamer from back in the day. I love playing games. I have loved it my whole entire life and continue to do so even at age 51. I don't care how old people think I am. Some people come in and I got Kismet, you're old, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nope, I'm high level in real life, everybody. That's how I look at it. Any year in which you level up again is a good year for me at my age because I can tell you I suffer from a lot of different medical conditions that I have to get through every day. And man, doing these exercises for my shoulder, man, I'm telling you, that's like self-torture, man. But then again, I don't want to have a frozen shoulder for the rest of my life. So I have to do these exercises 2 to 3 times a day. And oh man, they are excruciating. But then it might be just in the beginning because they're trying to get the mobility of my shoulder to be like this, right? This one go way back, doesn't hurt at all, no problem. I do this one. That's it. That's as far as it goes now. I'm not kidding. That's as far as it goes. It will not go back any further. So what they do is they press on it, and they're pressing down my shoulder, and they're pressing on all that, going to physical therapy. Now, when you're saying physical therapy or you're going to physical rehab, you can't just say rehab. Because if you say rehab, people think you're going to like a drug rehab. Not that kind of rehab, everybody. Physical therapy for my shoulder because I injured it in a slip and slide accident. Now, the funny thing is some people, because it's a slip and slide, think it's an injury I did when I was a kid. But no, it was just this year in June on my birthday, for my 51st birthday, I got a big slip and slide. And I went down the slip and slide, and I tried to do the spin move my kids were doing. They got on the thing, and they spun around. And I tried to spin around, but I have so much momentum because I'm so overweight and so big compared to a child that I flung off the thing, and I, bam, land on my shoulder like I got dropped from a plane, man. I hit it hard. And you know how you are. You think, okay, well, it hurts now, and it'll go away. It ain't going away, everybody. It's been 4 or 5 months, and the pain still hurts every single day. And that's because I've really torn and messed up that shoulder. So I got to rework it into position and get my, my mobility back in that shoulder. And hopefully over time that pain will diminish and eventually go away. Because living with pain on top of being dizzy all the time and having the inability to sleep well is not a great combo. I mean, the other two are already a bad combo. But then to add constant pain on top of that, because I literally take 3 ibuprofen 3 times a day. And it feels like it does nothing, but that's what my doctor told me to do. I've never taken 3 ibuprofen before in my life. I don't like taking any type of medicine if I don't have to. Especially pain medicine. Like, I don't even take it for headaches and things like that. I very rarely get headaches, but I don't take it for headaches or anything unless it's really extreme. It has to be an extreme pain. The only time I take pain medicine is when I'm doing something is my back. My back gets really excruciating pain, where you can't even think straight, right? That kind of pain, where you can't even, you can't do anything because you're so debilitated because it's so much pain. So yeah, that's really the only time I usually take pain medicine. Just being an adult-sized kids, I remember that remark. Yeah, K-Trip. You know, a lot of people in life, they get to be an adult, and then they forget about what makes life great. Jumping in puddles and jumping in leaves and going down slip and slides and doing all that stuff. You know, that's the spice of life. That's the fun of life. And the second you make it about, tea parties and parties with your friends and fancy dinner parties where you hold up your pinky and all of that, that's when you've sucked the life out of life. You've drained yourself of all of that other fun that you can have, right? And you live in that fear of, first, other people judging you, I don't care what other people think. That's the great thing about being my age. I answer to nobody. I don't answer to anyone, not even my wife, nobody. I've already been through the ringer, and I suffer daily with a constant suffering, everybody, with a constant dizziness and ear imbalance, or vertigo, if you guys understand that, where you're constantly dizzy, you constantly have to manage that dizziness. And then also I have sleep apnea, where every night I go to sleep, I stop breathing, and if I don't start breathing again, I don't wake up in the morning. That's every single night, everybody. So I have to live with that, and I have a mandible device that I use. I don't use the CPAP because that's usually what people say. CPAP doesn't work for me because I have a bit of an overbite, so it makes me feel like I'm going to suffocate while I'm using it, and so that adds a bit of a panic attack, which then, of course, also makes it harder for me to sleep. Yeah, that's not going to make it work good for me, but it does work great for a lot of people, so I'm not discouraging you from using it. If it's great for your particular situation, I definitely would see a doctor, get a sleep test. I've had several sleep tests and whatnot from that, and definitely have a bad version of that sleep apnea. But you know, I find in my life, it's all in or nothing. I get the most extreme or the nothing. That's how it goes for some peeps, everybody. You get the roller coaster. Such is life. Such is life. Yeah, and again, I try to live a little, still be a little wild without being too wild. Because, I was a pretty wild person when I was young. I did all sorts of crazy stuff. Most of that stuff I can't talk about on stream, but you know what I mean. Crazy stuff with crazy people who do crazy things. Yeah, I ran around with those peeps. The people who sit in the back of your class. Those are all the crazies in the back, everybody. I sat back there because my friends were back there. When I was young, I used to sit in the middle or the front of the class, but then they started doing it alphabetically. And so then you would be at a random spot in the thing, right? And so then all my friends started sitting in the back when you could sit wherever you wanted. And then I sat in the back with them because they were my friends. But the people in the back are usually the troublemakers. They're the ones who are not paying attention. They're doing all sorts of dumb stuff. I know. I was hanging out with them. And the friends you keep, everybody. The friends you keep are what's going to affect your whole entire life. So be careful. Be careful who you got as friends. And whether they're real friends or whether they're fair weather friends. They'll be there when you got lots of money in your pocket. And then all of a sudden, they're like a cloud. Poof! They disappear the second you hit any adversary. Yeah. The second you hit anything that's difficult or you don't have money in your pocket that they can, run around and you're going to flip the bill for them, they vanish. They vanish big time. But hopefully you can find some good friends that just call you not because they need something, but call you because they're worried about how you're doing. That's the kind of friends I like. The type of friends I keep in my life. For sure. The other ones I don't. The other ones I just like, oh, whatever, bro. Have a good one. Later. Fair weather friends are a dime a dozen, everybody. Everybody be there when you're successful, but who will be there when you're not? When you got no money in your pocket. How many of your friends would be there for you? That's what you need to think about. That's how I prioritize my friends. Who could I call right now if I had an emergency and needed help? Right? Who would fly here even if it was 3 o'clock in the morning or run here at 3 o'clock in the morning and help me out? I'd do it for my friends. If it was right now, they'd call me and say, Kismet, I need you. Boom, hey, Kismet, blah, 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 blah. We need you right here, right now. Be like, bye, everybody, gotta go. Hit in stream, just like that. Same thing with my wife or kids need my help. In stream, I'm gone. Just like that, because you got to prioritize those type of peeps in your life. And then everything else, your extended family and your friends and whatnot, prioritize them accordingly. Don't let them manipulate you, everybody. You're gonna find a lot of manipulators in your life. They just, they look at you like a turkey dinner. What can they get out of you? That is a terrible way to look at other people. It's just the lowest common denominator of human being, I find. But that's just me and my crazy ideas. Yeah. But I like doing crazy stuff like that. I mean, now, am I going to be afraid to go down the slip and slide? Well, I'll be a bit more smarter about the things I'm doing, but would I do it again? Oh, absolutely. I wanted to go surfing. That's what I wanted to do for my 50th birthday. Go to Hawaii and then surf, not the big gigantic waves. That's not me, everybody. Surfing I call falling with style, because surfing, you get up, you're up there for maybe 20, 30 seconds, a minute, and then bam, right in the water you go. So you got to be ready to fall and learn how to fall, by the way, because that board can come back, cut you open, it can knock you out, you know, all sorts of stuff. Look out, everybody, when you got that leash on. It'll come back. I've been hit many times. Come back, bam, hit you right in the head. It'll smack you in the face. You'll hit the ground. The water will push you into the sand, especially when you have those really close shore breaks that just like drop right on the sand. And bam, right in the sand you go. You got like a little self-torture. But that's why everybody, by the way, if you see all the surfers, those surfers are messed up, bro. Their knees are messed up. Their arms are messed up. Their shoulders, especially pro surfers, man, they are messed up. Because of all of that. But then again, they love it. So that's what keeps them going. So yeah, I wanted to go surfing for my 50th birthday. But nope, pandemic. No surfing for me. Maybe next year. Maybe this year coming up. We'll see. I gotta lose some more weight, because holy mackerel, I gained a ton of weight over the last couple years. I gained 20 pounds back of the 50 pounds that I've lost. I'm getting back up there, but I don't want to gain all that back. It's just like the more weight you have on you, the more it kind of just compresses you, and I'm miserable. It is also when it makes it harder when you're sleeping. It makes it harder when you're trying to do anything, you know, around the house. It lowers your motivation to do things, and then you're just sitting around so exhausted all the time. I find that's what it does to me. Now, of course, it has different effects on different people. Oh, I'm getting a call. I'm getting a call probably about my physical therapy, so I have to call them back in a bit. Yeah. So I think that's about good for today. Man, my peeps are really super quiet today. They're quiet in there. Quiet in there. And by the way, I saw you there, Nim. Hello. Thanks for coming into the stream. Says Kismet, I've been on Twitch for a while. Yeah, well, I appreciate you coming in, hanging out. And they're calling a second time. And they really want to talk to me. They want to talk to me bad. I'll just let it ring. No, I'm just gonna put him to voicemail. Put him to voicemail. So there we go. So yeah, I'm 49, almost 50. I'm not far behind you. Well, there you go, good old John. Yeah, hey, look, 51 years old. I became disabled. I had to step down from my epic job at Apple, which I worked my entire life for. I was a senior tech over there. I did a lot of black op projects, which I can never tell you about because I signed those papers, you know, get in trouble. They got a lot of big lawyers over there, everybody. Yeah, you don't want to get in trouble with that. But yeah, I did that, and I absolutely loved it. It was the job of a lifetime. Working with some of the top people in the world, or the top people in the world in their various different fields, which is awesome. It was my dream job. But I became ill, and I had to prioritize, instead of my career, my health, or I was going to die. This is just a simple crux of it. And so I had to find something else to do. And here I am now, 7 years later. Lost 50 pounds, but gained 20 back. Am much healthier and much able to control my vertigo and constant dizziness. Or there's a real long name for it, middle channel ear imbalance with blah, 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 blah. There's a medical name for it, big long one. I don't remember it. But that, and then also managing my sleep apnea, and then my ability just to get around as a human being and be able to sit in a chair for more than 30 minutes without feeling like I'm going to pass out or fall down. And so I've been working on that, and now my health is much better. Now I can go out and mow the lawn again. I know some of you never even think about that. You never think of that as a tough thing to do. I think about that as a struggle, because I can only go so much, and then I get too dizzy or too tired sometimes, and then I have to break. I can't just do the whole thing like I used to when I was young. When I was young, mow the lawn, I never even thought about it. I did the whole thing and get it all done. That's what I did since I was a kid. Everybody's like 5 years old. That was my job, to mow the lawn. And then I became 20 years old, and I started making tons of money, and then I hired someone else to do it for most of my life, and believe me, it did me no favors, everybody. All I did was start to gain weight after a certain point. And usually it happens when you fall in love with that special someone. Sorry, because you're going out to eat more often. You know, you're entertaining yourself. You're eating candy and cake and ice cream and doing all of that stuff, and and just enjoying your success in your life. And I enjoyed my success to the umpth degree when I was young. And now a little too much, success, a little too much enjoyment. And now I have to think more of How much longer do I want to live? Do I want to live, or do I want to have, an extra 100 pounds on me, right? Do I want that? No. I can tell you that is a terrible suffering. To constantly have that much extra weight that you're constantly managing, your clothes don't fit, and you're overburdened walking around without carrying anything. You're overburdened. You're overburdened with excess fat and whatnot. But your body's supposed to do that. That's your body's supposed to do. It's feast or famine. Your body's supposed to retain that fat just in case you don't have any food for a while, and then it can use those fat stores as energy. That's what it really is. It's storing energy. So if you think of it in terms of energy and not in terms of fat, that it's just energy that needs to be burned off. And so that's why you work out. And then, of course, especially your food. Your food is number one, above even working out. Even if you don't work out, if you make smarter choices, like me, I don't drink soda. I love Dr. Pepper. It's like my favorite thing. I absolutely love it. But actually, I love chocolate milk more, but there you go, which is also not good for you. But the thing is if I drink soda, that's an extra 10 pounds right there, easy, because it's so sugary. You got so much sugar in it. It's really syrup. Did you know that? It's like syrup you put on your pancakes. Yeah, it's carbonated syrup. Just so you know. Yeah, that's basically what you're drinking. You're drinking like a carbonated syrup version of soda, but it tastes so good today. That's why you like it, right? But if I stop drinking soda, I drop 10 pounds just from not drinking soda. Now, of course, soda gives you the shakes when you stop drinking it, everybody. It's very addicting for sure. But I haven't drunk soda in like a year, and I'll go like a year or two, and then I'll drink a little soda for here and there, try to manage it better than drinking a 44-ounce soda every single day, which I used to do. I mean, I used to drink 6, 12 packs, 24 packs of soda just like it was nothing. I just pounded them one after another. That's not good for you. That is really bad. And then I started doing something I call substitution, where like I used to have a bowl, one of the big old giant epic size bowls, and I'd have it right here on my desk, and in there I'd have M&Ms. And so, because I love M&Ms, and so I'd eat an M&M. The only problem with having candy or chips or whatever it is in a bowl nearby you is that you're going to be doing something, and you're going to be doing this, right? And that keeps you awake too while you're eating, right? So you're chewing or whatever. And then you look down and you have eaten that entire bowl of M&Ms. And I've done it many times. I've looked down and went, oh my God, I ate that whole entire bowl. And I just put it in there, right? You know what I'm talking about. You just put it in there, and you just put those chips in there, or you just put that candy in there, and then before you know it, you ate that whole thing. And it's like eating a pint of ice cream, everybody. You start eating it, right? And you're watching a movie, and all of a sudden, I just ate that whole pint of ice cream, right? That's really scary. That's some scary stuff. And that's where that weight comes from. That's where that weight comes from, all that excess food and whatnot. Now, some people have medical conditions that make it difficult for them also. So, have a little empathy for people who are overweight. It's not always because they're just endless eating, everybody. Some people have medical issues, thyroid issues, and other issues that make it difficult for them to lose that weight. But the number one thing you have to get control over, if you're going to get control over your health, is the type of food you're eating. Now, I've gone and done juicing, which works really good, everybody. That juicing idea was brilliant because I lost 30 pounds just from doing that juicing, where you, just for 15 days or 30 days, you just drink juice. And you, of course, doing apples and carrots and all that stuff. It's called, I forget what the name of that show is. Sick, Dead, or something like that. Old, Sick, and Nearly Dead, or something like that. It was on Netflix. Really great thing. Now, that isn't what really turned me on to that. It's really his thought, and a genius way of looking at it is that fat is energy. Fat is energy that's being stored up, and you need to burn that energy off to lose the fat. And how do you burn energy? Well, you burn energy by your body having a deficiency in calories. So if you're eating less calories, then what your body's going to do is start to burn off a little bit of that thing, right? Burn it off. And then as you increase your calories, guess what? Your body ain't doing nothing. Your body ain't burning nothing off because it has an excess in calories, and thus it's gaining more and more and more. And it ain't more busy than, or more complicated than that, everybody. Now, it's complicated if you have medical issues, but if you're trying to lose weight, that's basically it. And all these products that come out, oh God, I hate people who are so scummy and so prey on gullible people. if you buy that special workout machine, or if you buy this thing here, you're going to look like that person. You're going to be all in shape. Well, you might look like that person. You never know, but most likely not. The reality is you're going to buy that exercise machine. You're going to use it for 2 weeks, and then you're not going to use it again. It's going to end up in your garage. That's exactly what's going to happen to it. That's the reality. Now, some of you who are self-motivated will not do that. You'll keep using it, and you'll use it as a day-to-day thing and whatnot. So it's all about motivation, not about the thing. And actually, this circles back to the beginning of the stream. Pretty wild. I just thought of that. It circles back to the beginning of the stream where I'm more about the why you're doing something and not the how. It doesn't matter which machine you're using. It doesn't matter how you're working out other than doing the exercises correctly. That's very important. But the why you're doing it, and basically having the mental power, the mental motivation to get yourself out of the bed, go for a walk on a treadmill, and then also make that good decision every time you eat, right? And I am no saint, everybody. I gained 20 pounds, so obviously I'm not. I am no saint when it comes to eating bad food. I am the worst. I eat lots of chocolate and ice cream and all of that stuff because I'm like addicted to that. I'm just addicted to sugary stuff. But that is my only addiction. That is my only vice. I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol anymore because I'm already dizzy without it. I don't do any of those other vices in life. I'm not addicted to anything other than sugary foods. And even that I can ease off on. Even that I can say, okay, you know what? Not drinking soda. Going to ease off a bit on the candy. Going to ease off a bit on that and start to work out. And that it all comes from in here. And you got to have it here, or it doesn't matter what you buy or what you use or any magic pills or whatever ridiculous, scummy advertising people are doing. None of that stuff works without you having the power right here. So you need to get the power here first and then get all that stuff if it does really help you. So get the power right there, everybody. That's my biggest advice for you, is get that power there, whether it's in your career, whether it's your health, maybe it's in your love life, whatever it is, get the mental power here. You're the one. You're the ultimate. You're the one who can get it done. There ain't nobody else that's going to do it for you. Ain't no one going to, if someone else runs on the treadmill, it doesn't help you. You've got to do it right there. And so I think that's the ultimate power. The ultimate power is for you to have control over over your choices. And believe me, you answer to no one. If you want to go sing and you're not a great singer, sing anyway if you like doing it. If you're a terrible dancer like me and a terrible singer like me and you like to dance, dance anyway. Screw everybody else. They're not here to tell you what you can do or can't do in your life. Obviously, don't break the law. Don't break laws, everybody. But they're not the boss of you. You don't answer to them. You don't answer to nobody really on what you do in your life and what you want to do, what you want to be, what you want to achieve, and all of that. So, I strongly suggest you get strong mentally, and then that'll help you in everything else that you do in your life. And everybody slips up. Everybody fails at everything. I fail at keeping myself perfectly healthy. Because I'll go, they'll be out with the family or whatever, or they'll be eating a bunch of stuff, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll have a little ice cream. I'll have a little of this and a little of that. And a little of this and a little of that adds up over, if you keep doing it too much, like me, then it will add up over time for sure. But I've had great success on losing weight and great success on managing my health. And just by the fact that I'm still alive and sitting up right here talking to you, and I can actually make sentences together, is nothing short of a miracle. By force of will, everybody. Force of will that I've made it back out of the bed again and didn't die at age 45. And on that note, I think we're going to call it for the day. Let's go to my office, show you guys some love, and head on out of here. Because I said in my head that ain't no way I'm going out that way. Ain't no way I'm going to just waste away in some bed and die. My wife had to take care of me the rest of my life. I don't think so. When I'm 80, well, hey, if there's nothing else I can do, nothing else I can do. But not when I'm 45, bro. Still young, ready to rock it, man. I'm still low level. I'm in the medium levels. Let's say we're mid-level right now. We're in mid-level, still trying to work my way up into high level. But that's the thing right there. I consider myself high level in real life, everybody. I try to level up as a human being, not just in numbers. All right, everybody. Now, you guys can help out the stream tremendously by going over here and showing some love to those, but we'll talk about those here in a second. But first, before I forget, let me give you guys some love for hitting those retweets. Appreciate that. And then 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. You guys are going to be so stylish. 5,000 for when I do all these giveaways. I got a bunch of epic giveaways coming up, everybody. Make sure to be here in the stream. Oh, so many. So many epic ones. I got everybody muted right now, too. Let me unmute them. All right, everybody, heading out for the day. If you guys remember, if you see anybody come online and they need some help getting in the guild, make sure to hit up officers to get them on in. See you guys later. Okay. All right. So we're going to head out, everybody, so I can take care of my IRL stuff. I can update all my graphics to do all that other stuff. Let me go ahead and tell you a bit about my schedule this week. We are going to be doing the same schedule Tuesday through Thursday from 1 p.m. till about right now, about 5 o'clock now. Wow. Time goes by quick when you're having fun with your friends. Till about 4 o'clock. And then we're going to do Update 5 tomorrow for Satisfactory. That's going to be awesome with our new mega server. We have 20 people on there at the same time. I've been looking so forward to that. Make sure to come and join me for that. You're welcome to jump in. I've got the info on the Discord. I'll be letting you guys know what the password is when we start the stream, and then we can all jump in. It'll be a brand new save. We'll all jump in, work together, and build stuff up. I did notice a little bit of a problem that whatever you had on your character when you jump into that server is what you actually take with you, so you could bring some high-level resources to start right from the very beginning. But, it's a bug I'm sure they'll fix eventually. It is an experimental. And then, of course, we're going to play some New World tonight. We're going to do some PvP faction rewards at 10 p.m. And, of course, we'll be playing all week long at 10 p.m. Now, you can see more of all the events that are going on by checking out my schedule there. You can check it out down below the stream. You can check it on my offline message. You can check it on my Twitter, on my Discord, on my website. You can check it out in all those different places if you want to know what I'm playing on what days. On Thursday, we're going to do some Fallout 76, though I do have a doctor's appointment. They can't see me on Friday this week, so I will have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. I forget what time it is, so I might have to cut the stream short so I can go over there and they can abuse me some more. And so on. So we got a lot of fun stuff going on. We're going to try the depths again on Thursday with the crew. And then also on Saturday, we're going to be doing our crafting and gear up, where we go and we run members to go get geared up. We're going to be doing the same thing on Tuesday. That's what it's all about now. Everybody is getting the entire, now that we've moved over to the new server, no matter what level you are, we're going to help you try to get geared. If you say you're level 25 and you want to get your faction gear, we're going to help you run some faction missions and get that going on. And no matter what level you are, we're going to help you out. All right. So pretty awesome. So yeah, heading off there, Katie Wolf, but I'll stay an extra minute for you. How about that? I'll just chill out for a minute. How about that? As well as right here in the socials, you guys can help out the stream right over here. Now, I wish I could stream all day, every day, but I'm 51 years old, everybody. I gotta rest. Right here, you go ahead and help support the stream right there by following those links right there. You can go to youtube.com, KismetBP, and you can go ahead and hit that subscribe. It is free, and it does help out the stream. Thank you, Penny Giggles. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. As well, you can go to twitter.com/KismetBP, or you just follow the link. I mean, there's just links in there. You just click them. It's super easy. And hit that follow button to show me some love over there. Now, of course, the more you guys do this, then the more stuff I get to give to you, and the more cool things I can do here on stream. So, of course, the more you show the love there for free, the more I can show you for stuff that you get that goes in your pocket. I know. Nice, right? Including thousands of dollars worth of giveaways here in the stream. You can also check out Discord. You can join our guild. You can join the Teamwork Tycoons, either for New World or for Satisfactory or Astroneer or whatever game we're going to be playing, like 7 Days to Die, Valheim, and a bunch of other fun games we play. Love survival games. Survival games are the best. As well as you can go ahead and go to, of course, RPG games are awesome too, like Fallout. But you can also check out the website, Kismet.gg. It does have all the stuff of my studio. I do probably my number one question I get here on the stream is, Kismet, what microphone you're using, what TV or what monitor you're using, what computer do you have, what components, all that stuff. All that stuff's listed there. You can click on it with links and everything. It's going to help you out a lot. Now, again, same thing with the equipment, everybody. As a streamer, I'll take an extra minute here since Katie Wolf come in and talk a little bit about streaming and about overspending. You don't want to buy a bunch of stuff when you first are streaming. When I started with a Mac. That's right, a Mac. Because my other PC was old and dead. So I started with a Mac, and which I use for graphic design, because I'm a graphic designer. And so I started with that, and I just did some basic streaming, right? Hey, everybody, we're going to play some Fallout Shelter. We're going to go in. We're going to have some fun doing that, right? Did I have a nice, beautiful, Yeti, Blue Yeti? No. Not a Yeti caster anyway. Did I spend $200, $300, $400 on stuff? $10,000 on stuff? No, I did not. I did have a Blue Yeti, though, the cheaper one, not the nice one that they sponsored me for. Big love to Blue, by the way, for sponsoring me for the Blue Yeti and the Yeti Caster, one of my favorite microphones of all time. Incredibly fantastic. It's all you'll ever need. And you don't have to have one of those. Don't get the XLR microphones. What is this, the 70s, everybody? We don't need no XLR. We have the XL plug, and then you do the soundboard. I know it feels cool, and it seems fun. If that's your jam, more power to you. But that's such old technology, everybody. It's a USB mic. You plug it in. You have all sorts of digital controls on it. And I run it through OBS, so I have a bunch of different channels that I can control the sound through OBS, as well as digitally. You could use a virtual audio cable where you can go ahead and control your inputs and outputs. So your Discord's in one channel, and you can actually record 6-channel audio in OBS. Did you know that? Did you know you can channel? And then you're like, Kismet, what's 6-channel audio? 6-channel audio means that it records the audio channels in different channels, so that when you go to edit it later, like in, say, Final Cut or Premiere or whatever you like to edit in, or Vegas on PC, and when you go to edit it, you'll have 6 different channels. So say I was saying something profound, which happens every now and again, and then someone talked over me, say from my Discord or whatever. Later on, I could go in and take them out. And I could adjust it anywhere I want. I could say I was playing, some copyright-free music, always smart, in the background, and it was too loud, and I could bring that music down. And I could control my volume. Maybe my volume was too low, and I need to bring my volume up. So it does allow you to record at that level. So I consider equipment only if necessary. Now, the number one thing you want to get as a streamer, I would say, is a good microphone. A Blue Yeti, absolutely. Elgato has an incredibly great one. By the way, Rocat, also, really cool microphone they came out with as well. So I recommend all of them, though I am partial to Elgato because Elgato makes exceptionally great products, everybody. They make I own just about every single product, and this is not all sponsored, everybody. The only thing they sponsored me for is a green screen, which I greatly appreciate, and then my capture card, which has been the best capture card I've ever owned of all my life. Not just recently, but I mean, I've ever had. I never think about it ever, and that's the best type of equipment. I never think about this microphone. I don't think about it because it just does what it's supposed to do, and that's the best type of equipment, the type of equipment you don't think about. So start small. Good microphone, okay camera. Start from there. 1 monitor. You don't need to have 6 monitors like me. I grew into that. I grew into it first I made sure it's something I wanted to do, and that I am, recently okay at. And that, motivates me to get out of bed every day. If it becomes a job, everybody, then it's probably not going to be worth it, because the problem is you're not going to make money doing it, especially in the beginning. This is not a good business. It is absolutely not. It is absolutely one of the worst businesses that you can start for your investment return. Because in the beginning, you're not going to make that much money. I don't make any money doing it. I put all the money back in. And you can also tell how much someone makes. It's like they had that big leak where everybody makes. It's not that big surprise, everybody. You just take everybody's sub numbers and you times it times 2, and that's how much they're making. 2.5, right? Because they make, say they make $2.50 off every $5 sub. So if they have 10,000 subs, they're making $25,000 a month. Yeah, those people are making $25,000. It'd be great to make that. Me, I got about 100, sometimes 200 subs, which means I make about $200, $300, $400. And I can tell you that paying for the power and paying for all that stuff adds up to about that much every single month. Plus, I try to do giveaways and things like that on top of that. So it is a very difficult thing to keep going, especially when Twitch is taking half. Companies like Apple and Google only take 30%, where Twitch takes 50% of all streamer revenue, unless you're in that higher tier streamer or people subscribe at a higher level. Then they do the 70-30 or 60-40 in those higher levels. So that's how it works as a streamer. So you got to really love this to want to do it. And I would find your own unique you. Don't be someone else. Don't try to be me and do the super looting and mega building and all that other stuff. That's unique to my stream. You want to go ahead and do your own thing, your thing that is uniquely you. And sometimes you have to find that thing. You have to find that thing. The process of my stream is over years of finding what is all what I'm all about, right? It's kind of like a little journey of self-discovery, right? What do you love to do? What are you into? I'm into Fallout, which is why I'm sitting in my overseer's desk. It looks like a UFO to some of you, but to me, I'm sitting in an overseer's desk in Fallout, working my control panel right here. And of course, look at my beautiful view outside, and so on. So that is something I like, and I love Fallout. I love the Fallout community, and that's why I got partnered, by the way, because I became so popular in the Fallout community and whatnot, and I was being referred, and people were rating my channel, and Bethesda themselves came to me and said, Kismet, we love what you do, bro. We love your positivity. We love what your stream's all about. Guess what? We're going to sponsor you, and I greatly appreciate that. I mean, those moments are the goosebumps moments. See that? See that? Goosebumps again. Those are those moments in which you work really, really hard for that thing that you wanted to do, and the unexpected things to happen like that. And also Bethesda Gear is one of my sponsors as well. So I appreciate them. See, they sponsor me not because I'm the highest tier streamer in the game. They sponsor me because they like my stream. And no matter if you're a small streamer or a big streamer, you want to be around people who want to support your success. Not just be there when you already are successful. That's just what do you call it? Leeching. It's leeching off your success. You got to watch out for people who are leeching off your success. Those are the type of fair weather friends you don't want, and especially with businesses. You watch out. Corporate businesses, they're only there if you're successful, and then when you're not successful, they will not be there. They will not be there for you. So I much prefer to be with people who would rather support a small streamer and understand that that's what a small streamer is about than to just focus on just the big streamers. So that's what I look at. So there you go. Now you got a whole bunch of other stuff. Kiss bumps. Yeah, exactly. I'll go watch your reruns to you come back. Well, there you go. Well, hey, I appreciate watching those things. Make sure you hit that like while you're over there. It does help a lot in the YouTube algorithm and so on. So there you go. Some extra time for you, Katie Wolf. Now, I hate it when I come into a stream and the streamer's going right offline. So whenever I see somebody said that in chat, I usually stay a little while. Because that's just the way I am. So I just stayed an extra 10, 15 minutes just to talk to you guys. All right. But I do got to go. I got to take care of my IRL stuff and take care of switching some graphics and working on a bunch of stuff behind the scenes, as I'm always working, fiddling away on future projects and whatnot. But I will be back very soon. In about 5 hours, we'll be back for some more New World. Now, actually, we'll probably play some of the game instead of just standing around waiting for members to get invited. Because we're going to run around and do some team events. Now, wait till you see that, everybody. That's where my whole team comes together. We get lined up in squads. We help each other get leveled up and whatnot. And that's the magic of my team, is that everybody works together, right? That's what it's all about. If you don't like to work together, you want to solo play, we are not the guild for you, just to tell you straight up front, right? But if you love to work together, if you're looking for that magic in your gameplay where you go out and say, hey, I need help with this, and five, 6 people go, hey, I'll come help you, right? That's a rare thing you're going to find in gaming. It's a rare thing you'll find in life, everybody. People to volunteer to help you no matter what. So that's what my guild is all about. So we're going to see more of that later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you all then. Bye, everybody.
Hi, this is Norver. Thanks for watching. Press the subscribe button. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.